All right, guys. Yeah, the gardening just finished. It's been a long day, so I'm just gonna quickly put on the last series of the day. No clue if anyone will turn up to join me today because obviously it's the last series of the day. But we'll see. I'm gonna be sat in the channel, just chilling. I'm eating dinner, so I'm gonna mute my mic, and we're all gonna have a good time.
Terrorists win. Bomb has been planted. Terrorists win.
Right, there you go. That'll do. That'll be the last of it. Gardening's all fine. Just a bigger job than I initially thought it was. So, and they were down a guy because one of the guys was sick. So one of the usual dudes. But yeah, it's all right. I caught the earlier results, of course. I had the joy of watching my pick'ems be irreparably fucked by Bet Boom. Now that they're over already. Not a single 0-3 or 3-0. What am I gorging on? Nothing. I wish it was gorging. Sadly, it was a calorie-controlled meal. Will there be a Premier League review slash preview? There's a relatively recent one up on the Substack, and then there's an article about Arne Slot being fired. But all that's on Substack now. Well, you did see what happened, of course. I turn off the stream after having said, that Newcastle is going to end up buying Marcus Rashford. Immediately 2 reports saying we're bidding for Rashford. Like, it's just all so fucking predictable. I just can't tell if it's an actual genuine bid or if our name is just getting put in there to put his money up by his agent. Because, if you remember when Marcus Rashford first went to Barcelona, he did the same thing. Said all these clubs wanted him. I don't think it's true. I don't think Marcus Rashford is an in-demand player to that degree. I'm looking at the World Cup squads. I don't think England are really in with a chance unless Tuchel pulls something miraculous off. Quarterfinals maybe, but would not take him at Newcastle. Absolutely not. Signing a 29-year-old on big money for a big fee just feels like that's how we're going to compact our terrible transfer window that we had last time and basically ensure that we're fucked for years to come with FFP. Yeah, pretty sure Rashford's 29. Let me check. He's 28 for sure. Sorry, 28. He hasn't turned 29 yet. He is turning 29 in October, so not far off. So yeah, I'm good.
Terrorists win.
Hopefully he'll end up at Tottenham or something ridiculous, and we get to dodge it. But it's just the kind of stupid thing I could see us doing, because that's our idea of a marquee signing at the moment. I think everyone's favourites are Spain for the World Cup, and they do look good. Can never write off the French either. I don't really know what my hipster pick would be for a potential World Cup winner. I mean, the Brazilian team is really unimpressive, even with Don Carlo being there. It's not like a fucking great Brazil team, is it? Yeah, Argentina will be in the mix. It's still always the same thing, though. It's just always a fucking circus. It's always about Messi. It's like, God, just give it up. Yeah, I saw Santiago in the chat is an Argentinian, and yeah, I agree. The expectations people have got for Messi at this World Cup are insane. Like I saw one tweet, can't remember what it was. It was one of those like, mark my words, when Lionel Messi is surrounded by skillful, motivated players, his motivation goes up 200%, and it's like, bro, come on, fuck are we doing? Well, this is what I mean. Like, the pressure the manager is under now to use Messi, whether or not that's a good idea or whether or not that's appropriate. You know, it was like the last World Cup. It was all about like, will Messi get a World Cup, right? Because if he doesn't, is he really the greatest? All this endless bullshit discourse, and of course we got served up a fucking, a final with so many ridiculous decisions and everything else. And it's just like, now the circus is going to be, will Messi feature again? You're going to hear this every single time he's brought on, probably against the coach's actual true desire. And it's going to be, is that the last time we see Messi in an Argentinian shirt? It's just going to be so fucking boring. It was like bad enough with Ronaldo at Portugal, where like he would just like walk off the pitch by himself in tears if like they lost the game, or if he didn't score, or whatever it was, and the camera would like follow him dramatically down to the dressing room. He wouldn't even acknowledge his teammate or his coach or anything. Just an utter selfish cunt, just in his desire to score this like 1,000 goals target that he set himself. So I do feel sorry for Portugal as well for similar reasons. Yeah, there is an outside chance Trump will award himself the Golden Boot. Since he got that fucking fake Nobel Prize that FIFA invented for him. Which was unrelenting cringe. Think it'll be good for the tournament overall if USA have a good run. I remember 94. Obviously, quite famously, England didn't qualify, so the broadcasters over here, it was more like we could just sort of watch it externally without any of the bias or any of the pressure. And it was funny watching, the US kind of all gather around football. But you know, they packed out the stadiums. Diana Ross did the opening ceremony. I think she missed that penalty. And the goal broke apart anyway.
Counter-terrorists win.
I do like some players in the US squad that they've picked. I like Tyler Adams. Yeah, and McKinney's good too. Been kind of disappointed with that the development of Timothy Weah. I always thought he was going to be better. It's kind of stagnated, you know, plateaued a little bit. It's going to be interesting as well because it's like the way that the major is scheduled. It's going to be fucking like it's going to be really hard going. This is going to be the fucking no majors club that kills me probably because it's going to be, you know, a full day of CS starting at about 11 a.m. all the way through to the evening, and then that's when the games start in NA. And I think the times in the UK, it's like, what is it, 8, 12, and 2? Or something like that. So it's like 8 p.m. midnight and then fucking 2 a.m. in the morning. And I'll be, oh yeah, I keep forgetting some games are going to be even later, right? Because there's like fucking, they're doing it in different states. I mean, fuck it, dude. I didn't miss a single game of 2002. There's no excuse. No excuse to miss any this time either. Oh man, imagine Glasgow 2 a.m. and the fucking Scotland game is on just as everyone's getting out of the fucking pubs and clubs, all ready to chib each other. And probably they'll do something mental, like they'll have a big screen in fucking right in the middle of the city. And everyone will be there fighting. Lol. Right, plenty of time. Take this to 8. Oh, I'd love to be DJing in a nightclub when the Scotland game's on. Fucking super fucking easy to get over with that crowd if Scotland win. Soon as a goal goes in, you can get fucking Get a Scottish football song dropped into the mix. They'll be throwing fucking beer all over you and swearing you're the best. That was close.
Bomb has been defused. Counter-terrorists win.
Look at that, Richard. You won't remember me, but I remember you. You bought me a beer at I-19. Fucking hell. Was I even there? You must mean I-29. A LAN I won with C for you. I think my first I series was... It was I-20 something. Anyway, a LAN I won with C for you. I remember C for you defeating Tag in the final. You had called me us cheating cunts online and apologised with a beer. Zay, nice guy. Trying to remember that C4U lineup now. Don't help me. Cause fuck. You ended up. Did you play on Infused then? Because Infused picked up that. They picked up a C4U team. Was the one with Critical on the team. I'm pretty sure it was like Critical and Pulse are the two that I remember. So if you played with them, I'll probably know who you are. Actually know your player name as well. If you come to the States, you drink Sam Adams. I don't mind a Sam Adams, actually. I think, like, America just is killing craft beer right now. They're so fucking good. They're just crushing it. There's so many nice, like, local microbreweries and stuff that if you're drinking Sam Adams, you're probably wasting your money. But I do like Sam Adams. I used to drink Sam Adams a lot when I used to go up to Boston. I used to go out in Boston quite a bit. Oh yeah, the American beer game is at an all-time high right now. It's fucking unreal. Like I've got like friends that are very into this stuff. Who live in America, obviously. They're very into beer. They live in New Jersey, and they're very into beer and they're very into whiskey, and they're always telling me about cool shit. But I will drink a Sam Adams in a pinch. I guess since it's just me here and I don't have to talk, I can maybe do some observing. Like, actually... Yeah, like, Austin's a cool spot now. It's a cool spot in general, man. Like, the food truck culture out there is fucking elite. I was telling the boys some spots to go to ahead of the major, because I used to go down to Austin quite a bit. And, you know, it's like, it's just great, man. Like, having a fucking beer outside. It's lovely and warm. Walk across, there's some fucking next level street food. And then, yeah, you've got all these bars that make their own beer in Austin. They've all got like a little microbrewery. And it's just fucking sick. There's one in Vienna I always go to. I visit it once a year. It's the 1516 bar in Vienna. If anybody knows it, it's one of my I am known in that establishment. I am known by the owners. If you're ever in the 1516 bar, ask for Owen and tell him Rebel Rich says hi. He'll, he'll, he'll put some Irish Rebel songs on for you. Oh man, I couldn't tell you the BBQ spots in Austin because it's like, I don't know, you could fucking throw a dart and hit a fucking BBQ spot out there. I mean, I just know like all the barbecue out there is fucking sick. Obviously, it's so good. Come on, admin. What's the fucking hold up here? Yeah, exactly. That's the strategy. There's like barbecue, like there are so many like good barbecue places, and then you get these ones. It's kind of like Katz's Deli in New York. Like it used to be something, and then people still treat it like it's the Katz's Deli of 20 years ago when it isn't. You know, I mean, I'll still check that fucking place out. Like if I'm in New York, I do like a good pastrami sandwich. I don't mind paying fucking $40 for a giant pastrami sandwich. Or I should say a Reuben sandwich specifically, 'cause I get it with sauerkraut. But you know, it's like I ain't gonna queue for it. I queued for it the first time. You know, I ain't gonna queue for it now. It's kind of fucking mid. And it's the same with a lot of barbecue. Like, not a lot of barbecue. There are some big barbecue joints that have this reputation, and everyone tells you to go there, and you go there, and it's like, it's aight. It just isn't what people say it is. And then, meanwhile, there's some, like, joint just down the road that no one hypes up, and it's just fucking the best thing you've ever tasted. That's pretty much Austin in a nutshell. Super slept on for food. Same as Vegas is super slept on for food. Oh, here's something funny. I got an email. I ordered. Anyone who knows me knows I love fucking ramen, right? And it's my one thing, like packaged ramen, you know. And obviously, it's what I used to eat when I was at university when I couldn't afford food, and it's what I eat now. I just associate it with good times. I'm not eating it at the moment because I'm on a diet, and it's making me sad. I miss ramen most of all. But anyway, I got an email saying that one of the brands of ramen, the shipment I bought, and it was a giant multi pack. It's been recalled by like the European food standards because it's got too much of a fucking cancer-causing chemical in it or something, right? It's been exposed to like some sort of burn oil. And anyway, I was thinking, fucking hell, when's the last time I even had ramen? And it was like, I bought this ramen like 5 months ago. It's all gone. I ate it all. It's like, why are you sending me this email now? Like, why is it being recalled now? It's gone. Like, I've eaten it. Like, so. So whatever. I'm terminally ill now, of course. It's all over. Dead now. Killed by ramen. Yeah, it was one of them spicy carbonara ramens. I won't say the brand because I hope one day they might sponsor me, but it got recalled. Oh yeah, the carbonara style ramens, the cheesy ramens as well. It's all popular stuff now. Ramen's one of those dishes where it like you'll get these like fads with it, and it'll like reinvent itself, and then it'll go back to trad stuff like cyclically every like 5 years or so. Hey, don't knock it, man. Shin Black is the shit because that's the one that has in the sauce. It's the extra collagen they use from like beef bones, and it just makes a much tastier broth. Shin Black is the go-to. If you got to get yourself some cheap packaged ramen, Shin is the one, I would say. That probably has the like a broth that's like really robust, and if you put a bunch of other shit in, if you like that, you want to add some vegetables, you want to add some meat, you want to add a jammy egg. Yeah, Shin Black really holds up. Good noodle texture too. Definitely Scotch over bourbon. The problem with bourbon, it might sound like sacrilege. A lot of bourbons are very samey just by definition of how they're made. I've got a good enough palate now that I would trust myself in a blind taste test if you were to put like a $20 bourbon, a $50 bourbon, a $100 bourbon, and a fucking $400 bourbon. I reckon I could get it right. But if you were to put a $20 bourbon, a $25 bourbon, a $30 bourbon, and a $40 bourbon, I reckon I couldn't. And I don't know if anyone really could. The one, my go-to bourbon at the moment is Widow Jane. I think Widow Jane are making really sophisticated bourbons. They're good to drink, but the flavor profile is really floral and open. It's not like you're drinking a fucking bottle of Wild Turkey Reserve or whatever. Oh, look at the flaky nipple, you fucking sick, you sicko. When do we get the food review series? I ate it here. I'm gonna do a stream. It'll have to be after the major now, obviously. But I've been threatening to do this for forever. I'm fascinated by food reviewers. I am fascinated by YouTube food reviewers. I can't stop food influencers. It just drives me insane. Obviously, it started with Rate My Takeaway, a food review series by a man incapable of describing flavors. That was always fascinating to me. Then I went down a really deep rabbit hole with this. So it's like, Gary Eats is my other fucking go-to. Like, Gary Eats is slightly better, but only slightly. And, it's like Gary Eats' biggest failure as a critic is he doesn't understand context. Like, He goes into a fucking what are they called? He goes into a Toby carvery, and he'll be like reviewing a Toby carvery. Now, a Toby carvery is all day buffet slop at a cheap price. It's typically for older people, pensioners. Let's say that. You're on your state pension. You've got no money. You want to get a Sunday dinner down you. Well, buying the ingredients to a Sunday dinner's too expensive. So, well, there's a Toby Carvery down the road. We'll have a nice little walk. Go down to the Toby Carvery. We get a fucking big slice of beef, a Yorkshire pudding, all the veg we can eat, mashed potatoes, gravy. Jobs are good. And they're not made for quality. And like Gary Eats will go to a Toby Carvery and go, it's not the best, that beef. Like, no, fucking obviously the whole meal has cost you £10. Like, it's, yes, correct. It's not the best. Like, and it's just, it's like fast food reviewers are better. Like what's the name of the influencer that goes, Justified? He does a better job than Gary Eats, and Gary Eats will do a 20-minute video. So Gary Eats is one. He's on there. Obviously, I've talked about Coach Carnivore Cam. Coach Carnivore Cam is fucking... I just can't believe... Like, I can't... He makes the same video over and over again, which is basically how to package cheese, beef, and eggs as being a unique type of meal. He then will just say the word thriving. He's got the same phrases that he uses every time. And look at that bad boy, look at that beauty. And it tasted bang on, thriving. And the problem he's got is every time he fucking does a video, it goes up and he gets absolutely wrecked because he's got a shit haircut. Right, he's got no eyebrows because he's that type of ginger where the hair is so blonde it looks like he's got no eyebrows on camera, and was that thunder? The fuck was that? Anyway, and so yeah, he literally just does all puts these videos out every time, and the comment section just absolutely obliterates him. Be like, just fed this to just made this for my family. The wife has now took the kids into care and is divorcing me. And I've lost my eyebrows. Thriving.
Thriving.
Oh, there we go. Wonder when you were going to show.
How do you not have Thriving on the soundboard?
Well, we've added the one about Netanyahu.
Oh.
So we've got that now. So you come and watch M80, have you? Is Lake the new savior of NA now?
I have no idea if
now
we have a savior, Rich.
Now that Peepin is dead. Dead forever.
He is dead.
Dead forever.
Probably so, yeah. Yeah. He will now be churned in the tier 2 NA scene for the rest of his life.
I don't know if you were listening to the stream yesterday, but I took your advice, Dust, and I watched The Pit.
And?
I've never cringed as much in my life.
No, fuck off.
Are you serious?
Are you serious?
I'm 100% serious. The incel storyline, are you fucking for real, bro? PTSD from fucking COVID? The fucking storyline where the kid eats the edible gummy and they use it as fucking commentary about how social care systems in America are disproportionately white favored. Oh, mate, I couldn't stop. It was like a fucking libtard's wet dream.
I mean, my favorite aspect of it is just that the medical aspect of the show is pretty bang on accurate for any medical show I've ever seen. As far as the cases they
like it.
Obviously,
stripping clothes away, flesh falling off bones. It's great. Yeah, love all that. Love all that.
that was my bits. Like I enjoyed like the adrenaline of those like heated moments where like some shit goes down and they're like trying to solve it or whatever. Because
Yep.
look, I'll say this: like obviously it would be really unrealistic for a hospital to get that unlucky and catch that many crazy cases in one day. Like yeah,
They
that's probably
shouldn't
never
have
gonna
used
happen.
that 24-hour format. It's so dumb. It ruins even the interactions.
Yeah,
Because he'll like I made this example yesterday. He'll like say to someone, "Oh, it's been a while since I checked in," but it isn't. You just talked to her like 30 minutes ago. If we're going on real time,
I think it was
it
a
was like
cool thing
24
to
had that
do.
problem.
Yeah, I think it was a cool thing to do for the first season, just because I think the whole point was to try to explain like how stressful one shift can be. And so I kind of like that aspect of doing that time scale. But I think yeah, going forward, it would probably be better if they skipped a couple of days here and there or
I mean,
something.
I don't know if I've got the mental resilience to do the second season, but I'll also say this: I think if I got high, I could like watch it comedically, because the whole incel storyline was just cracking me up, bro.
Remember that?
You don't remember the old lady who feeds herself ipecac, and it's because she wants to talk to a man about her son, and he's got the list of girls under his bed who he wants to
Oh
kill. Yeah.
yeah. Okay. That was more about a mental health thing, in my opinion. I don't know.
I mean, dude, he wants to destroy all the Beckys. Like, I don't know, bro. Like, and also as
I
well,
mean,
like a guy who's running a fucking ER is gonna chase a teenage boy outside down the street desperately because he wants to talk to him about whether or not he's been absorbed by the manosphere. I mean, come on, dude, get me out. Get me out, blood. So yeah, I was struggling a little bit with it, but I mean, only in terms of cringe. I agree that I agree that like when somebody was splayed out on the bed and dying, and everyone's like, "Oh, get me this stat and blah blah
yeah.
blah." All of that stuff's cool. But
I mean, half the shows are literally shocking people with flatline heart rhythms. So I'm just like, when I
Yeah.
know that that is the norm for television, and I see a show that's actually doing it correctly, like I don't
Yeah,
know,
true.
I enjoyed it. That's the medical nerd in me, though, that was enjoying the show. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, that is true.
Also, I think the guy who actually plays the main character, of course, he was. I mean, I don't know. He was the doctor on ER. He was the rookie doctor on ER
Yeah.
for the entire time.
Well, it was meant to be a sequel.
And I think
to
he
ER,
does.
wasn't
I
it?
think he acts very good in the show, personally. But that's me.
It was meant to be a sequel to ER officially. This is why there's a whole lawsuit
Yes.
going on, I think, behind the scenes, right? Because it was
They wanted
it was, like,
to
written as if it was a sequel to ER, and then the actual creators of ER didn't want it or something, so they've like just
There was something there, yeah.
yeah.
I can't remember exactly what the deal was. It was meant to be a spinoff, I think,
Yeah.
a direct spinoff where that doctor moved on to a different hospital and had all the experiences of being the ER doctor or whatever, and then did his own thing was kind of the goal, but then just turned into like a standalone story. I also think the woman that plays the charge nurse,
Yeah.
Dana, I thought she's fucking fantastic as well in this show.
I'll say this: I don't think anyone does a particularly bad job of the acting, except maybe the main guy with the COVID PTSD. Because again, some of those scenes are cringe. Like, I also love how it's like completely whitewashing that period in history, where it's like, oh, like nurses weren't fucking. Right, I know nurses who were on like essentially the front lines of what was the ground zero when it hit New York, and that was bad. And those guys went through some shit. The average hospital by the time COVID had sort of like people had a handle on what was going to work protocol wise and what wasn't, because that's the hilarious part of the all of the Trump's telling you to inject bleach and all this nonsense where they like tried to like politicize drugs. The protocol in New York initially was to use either remdesivir or hydroxychloroquine. They did look at that first. That was like the first line of protocol because they just didn't know what the fuck it was or what it was going to do. They were putting people on ventilators way too early. I mean, the reality is the response probably killed a lot of people initially and spiked those deaths up. They don't really get into that in the pit. It's just like, look how overworked we are. And like, I also remember nurses doing that post where they would have like the mask outline on their face. So tired. Please just get a vaccine. Please don't go out. And then they would do a TikTok dance in their lunch break. You know.
Yeah. Maybe I'm misremembering, but I feel like the whole.
And then they all got fired.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I have friends who worked in hospitals during that time period, and I mean, were those flashbacks a little bit exaggerated? Maybe, but in some cases, no, because that hospital's meant to be in Chicago, so it would have been a very busy ER during that time period for sure, no question about it. I didn't pay attention to like what race people were in the show or whatever, but I thought really that was meant to be more of a tool to talk about how his mentor died and how that impacted him more than anything.
Sure. Again, it just came across as a bit cringe and a bit preachy, which is kind of the show's problem for me. You know, it's like, look, I get it, but let's not pretend, everybody did everything right. I mean, it's like, why isn't Cuomo in prison for putting COVID overflow patients in old people's homes when the only thing we knew for a fact on like day 2 was it kills the elderly? He should be in fucking jail. All of those old people who died in those old people homes because of that fucking decision. That's I mean, what would you call that? Like, I mean, it's manslaughter at best in my eyes, but
I'm sorry you didn't like it.
It's not. No, I'm glad I watched it because it was funny. It made me laugh, but I don't think it's like a good show. I was going to write an article about it. I felt that strongly about it, but I just haven't had time. I still might. Just the unbearable cringe of the pit, because it did make me laugh out loud unintentionally on a number of occasions. So it was still entertaining. It wasn't like a bad recommend. Put it this way, it's on a par with Splice for me. Like, I'm glad I watched it.
Oh, way.
Yeah.
No. Not that
yeah, as in I think that they were both good recommendations.
All right, I'm just gonna let it go.
No, recommend me more stuff, bro.
All right, did you watch Spider Noir yet?
I did, and I fucking actually really liked it.
Same, yeah. So finally, we've come together on something we enjoy for just not like the reasons that we didn't think we would want it for.
And let me give you a very interesting example here, because obviously the cast in that is diverse, right? So a culture war chud would look at that and go, well, of course the cool journalist has to be the black guy, and of course the love interest has to be American Asian. And that's what these losers do. They just look at it now and they assume that the casting is irrelevant and there's not going to be any, like, for want of a better word, diegetic story that relates to it. But what I loved about Spider Noir was the fact that the journalist was black was mega relevant. It was mega relevant at every single turn of the story. You find out he lost his job because the newspaper was racist, but it didn't jam it down your throat. It was literally one scene where he'd been asking for 4 episodes to get his desk back. And then when you see the desk he was fighting so hard for, it's literally at the back of the office, near the hallway, and everyone else in the newsroom is white, and they're all staring at him. And that's it. That's all it says. But you now know, he got fired because, there was a racial prejudice. Of course there would be. It's the 30s, right? And so I love that subtle way that they introduced these elements. He was able to go into black neighborhoods, which of course, and it was relevant as well because it was like, no, sorry, is it the 50s? Because it's after the war, isn't
30s.
it? Yeah,
it's after World War One.
Oh, it's after World War One, right?
Yeah, it's 1930s,
so it is the 30s. So yeah, he was able to go into like the black neighborhoods and talk to the black veterans, which was relevant because of the black veterans that had signed up to the war. I thought it was all really fucking well done. I think the cast is amazing.
Dude, Braden Gleeson as the fucking lead villain, fucking fantastic. Nicolas Cage, obviously, fantastic. It was really, really good.
You are really harming your right wing pivot here, Richard.
I know, true.
So hello.
Hi, good. I thought you were at work. If finished,
I just
Are we
got
done?
home, dude.
Just got home. Cool.
Yeah.
Congrats, a hard-working man. Richard
Yeah, I got a
Lewis
9 to
stopped
5.
streaming, and now Griff has to get a 9 to 5. Many such cases.
Get a fucking job, dude. It's fucking rough.
So I mean, put it this way. By the way, the actor, his name escapes me. The actor that plays the journalist character in Spinal, he's electric.
He's been in a couple of shows.
Yeah,
he's been in a couple of good shows.
He lights up the screen every time he's on it. Oh, and shout out to his secretary Janet or whatever she's called.
It's Lamorne Morris is his name.
I love the fact that, they didn't overdo it. She's not a girl boss. She has deficiencies. But she's also a really, really good secretary, good at her job, good with people, highly competent. And, you know what? That's a trope in a lot of detective shows anyway, that the detective is a drunk guy who's only really good at detecting.
I want to say that's like her first big gig as well. Like, I don't really think she's really done much of anything else that I like. Just like, she doesn't even have a Wikipedia page, for example. So, like, I think that might be like one of her first really big gigs. Was that show?
Yeah.
I know she's probably been in more shit, like smaller stuff, maybe. I don't know.
But yeah, she was good. She was. I mean, I thought everyone did a great job, and I'm a big fan of Jack Houston as well. Obviously playing Richard Harrow in Boardwalk Empire. That's like a generationally good performance of a generationally exceptional character in a TV show. But he doesn't seem to have got like a lot of high quality work since, so I loved it. I think it's the best thing they did since the original Daredevil / Punisher. That was on Netflix.
Yeah, I agree with that. Because I've been watching the Daredevil Born Again on Disney Plus, and it's just not as good.
No.
The first season of The Punisher was fucking sick.
It was.
I really enjoyed that.
When Netflix had these Marvel shows, they were bangers, except for Iron Fist. Iron Fist was god awful. But
yeah, I also liked what's the one with the chick from Breaking Bad?
Jessica Jones. Oh no.
Yeah, that one. The first season of that was good too.
Yeah, that was just good.
Yeah, yeah. Again, all the when Marvel's on Netflix, it banged. Except for Iron Fist, we forget about that one.
Except for Iron Fist, fuck Iron Fist,
dude. Iron Fist was like so fucking dog shit, man. That was such a horrible show, bro. It's like, because remember, like, one of the big things that Daredevil season 1 was known for was that hallway fight scene, because it was a one-shot fight scene, no cuts. The fight choreography was incredible. It was like super memorable. Same with like the second season of Daredevil. There was the memorable one where he's on the stairwell of the hospital, another single shot only, no cuts, whatever. And they did such a great job with the fight choreography in Daredevil. And then you have Iron Fist, who's meant to be a martial arts fucking master, which should literally serve you up the opportunity to have incredible fight scenes. And they were awful, bro. They were so fucking bad. Also, the actor just did. I mean, I don't know if it's the actor or the writing, but like the whole character was just done so poorly.
Yeah.
I'm the defender of Kunlun. I'm so calm. Actually, I'm really angry now for some reason over something more minor than the one thing I was really cool about. Like, it's like, all right, man. Like, I don't know what's going on here. If I have to hear this motherfucker say Kunlun one more fucking time, sorry, you triggered me there a little. I don't know why that came up all of a sudden, but yeah, fuck that show.
Yeah, I mean, after Endgame, I tapped out of all the Marvel stuff. I never watched any of the newer shows.
Yeah, I get it, dude. I mean, I think they went into such a terrible,
just absolute content factory, just pumping out garbage.
Yeah,
nonstop.
Let's look at what they got. I'll bring up a list of the Marvel TV shows, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think
MCU TV shows.
Because the Daredevil Punisher interaction scenes were always so fucking good.
So, right,
those scenes they would have together were so banging.
I mean, listen, I didn't even know some of these existed. Like, everyone raved about WandaVision, and it started with an interesting premise. Like, the first 2 episodes are good, and then it's just mid as fuck, right?
I never watched it, actually.
The Falcon and the Winter Soldier is as cringe as the Pit.
Yeah, it's pretty... Okay, man.
Like, dude, that's literally where like the Falcon says to a guy, "No, you've got to do better, Senator." Like, yeah, get me the fuck out of that one. I didn't watch Loki.
Fucking She-Hulk.
Yeah.
She-Hulk, bro.
I mean, look. Yeah, I didn't watch Loki.
I didn't either.
I just couldn't. What If had some good episodes. It's animated.
I never saw that. Yeah.
And
Never seen it.
I got like a lot of the What If comics, obviously.
Mhm.
There was a Hawkeye series.
Yeah. I didn't watch it either.
Didn't even know that existed. Now,
Yeah, because they were introducing the next one, like Haley Stanfield's now playing the female Hawkeye or whatever the fuck going forward.
But I will say this:
I never watched it. But...
Moon Knight slept on to fuck.
Yeah, I agree with you. Actually, 100%. I enjoyed that show as well.
Yeah, Moon Knight was good.
What's his name? Crushed it.
Yeah,
Like
Oscar
the whole bipolar
Isaac.
like thing. Yeah, the whole bipolar like what like he fucking.
It was
killed
also before Oscar Isaac was like oversaturated because he was the proto Pedro Pascal. He was like the he was like the guy that got cast in everything for like 2 years, and then now it's Pedro.
Well, wasn't it because he had that one like Star Wars movie he was in, and then it just spiraled into him doing a bunch of shit?
He's got the immortal line. He's got the fucking somehow Palpatine returned or whatever. He's got that guy. He's got that line in the thing.
Yeah.
I mean, if you
was
need
he in
somebody to
Rogue
put
One?
Peter
He was the
Pascal
pilot in
movie,
Rogue
you
One,
could
Yeah.
get
right?
him.
Yeah. She-Hulk Attorney at Law.
Absolutely diabolically bad.
Yeah, but
You know what though? It was diabolically.
It's not made for
No,
me, is it?
that's fair. That's fair.
It was diabolically bad, but I actually thought the actress who played her was actually good. I think the show itself was horrible. I thought the actress was actually good.
What?
But moving on.
She's called Tatiana Maslany. I don't think I've seen her in anything else.
I have to look. Hold on.
Oh well, she's in Troll Hunt as Rise of the Titans, so it's good news for everyone. No, but I mean the only clip I saw of like the She-Hulk show was fucking when just the twerking.
Yeah, but that wasn't even a part of the actual episode.
No,
it was
that
like an
was
after
like,
the episode extra
after
thing.
titles. Yeah. But that's all.
No,
I've
but
seen.
that does just encapsulate the show like entirely. Like,
Thank you, Griff. Then Secret Invasion.
Seen that.
Never watched that. I mean, but also, like, how do you fuck up the Skrull storyline as bad as they did? Oh my god. Then another season of Loki. Two more seasons of What If. So
I haven't seen that.
Yeah.
they made 3 seasons of that.
Yeah, apparently.
Christ.
There's something called Echo, which is a Hawkeye
Oh.
spin-off.
Well, no, it's
What do you
supposed to
mean?
be like Kingpin's like adopted daughter kind of
Oh
situation.
my god, I'm gonna be sick.
I haven't seen it, but I think that was the premise or whatever.
No.
It was like some girl that he mentored / took care of. Or I guess he was responsible for the death of her parents or
young
something.
girl boss Kingpin. Yikes.
Yeah, I don't know.
Then there
right.
was Agatha All Along, which was the WandaVision spin-off.
Not seen that.
Yeah, no. Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, which was
What's that one?
another animated series. Where,
All right, I will say. I mean, I haven't seen that show, but Into the Spider-Verse was fucking banging as an animated show.
Yeah,
That is
and,
sick,
and that was, and I think that was cool that they used Nick Cage, who played Spider Noir in that cartoon movie, to be Spider Noir. It was actually pretty sick.
Then there was Daredevil Born Again, which,
Man, it wasn't awful, but it clearly wasn't as good as when it was.
I mean,
on
put it this
Netflix.
way,
that's kind of where I'm at.
easily the best thing in fucking Phase 5.
Sure.
Because there's only one other show, and it was Ironheart, if you remember that, about the...
Oh,
yeah.
I mean,
Actually, you know what? I know the
Go on.
exact moment I tapped out on Marvel, and it's the fucking Doctor Strange sequel when one of the lines is literally "We have to save America." One of the characters is named America, bro.
Oh,
It's fucking
no.
retarded.
Oh, America Chavez.
Oh, no.
It's the I don't even give a fuck if it's like that in the comics. That's the most retarded writing I've ever fucking heard.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
bad.
I don't know. I enjoyed season 1 of Born Again. Season 2 was not as strong, in my opinion. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't as strong.
Yeah,
It's still
yeah.
good though. Like I still give it like a 7 out of 10, like 7.5 out of 10, something like that.
And so
I always have time for because I think that what's his name, Charlie Cox, does a good job as playing that role.
So that brings us to Phase 6 TV shows.
All right, let's hear it.
Right? Eyes of Wakanda.
Never seen it.
Never heard of it.
Yeah. Does it follow like the female like whatever?
It's his
Whatever they're called.
I think it's his sister is the main character in it now.
No. I mean, the sister was the main character in the last Black Panther movie.
In the movie, too,
sort
no?
of.
Oh well, yeah. So yeah, it still follows her then.
Okay. I thought it followed like I can't remember what the name of that like military group is, where it's like all the women soldiers or whatever. I thought it followed them or something. Is it even
I
out?
watched
That's
that,
a
I
good
watched
question.
that movie in
actually.
a cinema in fucking Vienna, and I did realize I bought a ticket in just full German. I don't really speak German.
No, no.
I don't think I missed a single thing in that movie. it's so simplistic.
It's actually
Let's keep
fair.
going.
Well, no, hold on. I just want to on this Eyes of Wakanda. I don't know what the fuck is going on here. Episode 1 is right. Episode 1. Yeah, right. I'm just reading the synopsis for each episode. Right. Episode 1. It just says in 1260 BC. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Then episode 2. During the Trojan War in 1200 BC. What? The Eyes of Wakanda. What is happening?
It's the origins of Wakanda, man.
They've got Achilles.
Hell yeah.
What is happening?
Hell yeah, dude. It's an origin story. Fuck it. Fuck yeah.
I'm good. I'm good. Marvel Zombies.
Wakanda indeed
What?
forever, dude.
Why is that a thing?
Well, again, it's animated. Oh, that's why Eyes of Wakanda was animated. Okay, fair.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Fair.
enough.
Right, that's that. But yeah, Marvel Zombies. You see, the comics were super popular.
But why,
Basically, in one timeline, right? There's a zombie outbreak, and the superheroes get eaten, like get bit. But when you're a superhero, you do turn into a zombie, but you maintain like your ability to speak and your ability to think.
So you're not a zombie, is what you're telling me.
You are a zombie in that you can transmit the zombie virus, and you need to eat brains to live.
Okay.
And you're
So you're
ravenously
just a
hungry.
superhero, but you're slightly
Yeah.
green.
But basically, I think it stemmed from it was a what if comic. That what if there was a zombie outbreak in the Marvel universe, and then people liked it so much because it was really gory and over the top that it got its own Marvel Zombies franchise, and now it's got a TV show. Wonder Man, which
I've heard of it.
I haven't
I've
seen,
seen
but
previews of it.
I was told it was good. So
Well, that one has it had, like it had like a decent cast from what I remember hearing.
yeah, and then obviously the last 2 seasons of Born Again, and coming up in October, another spin-off of WandaVision called Vision Quest.
Nah,
Oh yeah, I'm good.
I'm good.
Yo,
Yes, he's been
Listen,
playing.
you've come at just the right time.
have I?
Yeah, we were talking about how shit some of these Marvel shows were, and I went on a tirade about Iron Fist for a good few minutes.
Oh mate, I tapped out a while ago with that shit. It's
There you
insanely
go.
bad.
I was telling them like I actually don't mind the Born Again Daredevil series. Like I thought it was pretty good. Was it as good as the Netflix? No, but it's still pretty solid.
Yeah, it was probably like the one redeeming feature. Some of those series were all right, but it was a very low bar. Let's be honest.
I don't know. I think it was at its peak, the original Daredevil first 2 seasons and the first season of Punisher. I think that was the peak.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it's no coincidence. They outsource it. It's on Netflix. It's good. It gets brought back in a fucking House of Mouse. and the quality just degrades to the point where no one wants to watch it anymore. Like,
Doesn't need to be on the record though. The Netflix ruined Iron Fist. Like that has to be on the record though.
yeah.
I'm gonna put
yeah,
that on.
yeah.
That was
this
the miss.
might be a bit of a controversial one because I love the
Here we go.
Punisher as a
Here we
character.
go.
Same.
John Bernthal always triggered the fuck out of me of how he played him. I hate the way he
Really?
does that growl like shout thing.
Okay.
It tilts me too much, dude. Like,
The growl shout's done it for you, huh?
yeah, I just
You mean his entire acting style?
right,
That's like all he does.
exactly, Griff. Yeah, like I didn't mind him as Shane in The Walking Dead, but since then it feels like he's the same guy on almost any single movie. I can't remember he was in oh shit, man, what was the tank movie with
Fury.
Yeah, Fury. Yeah,
Also,
he
the
was-
accountant. He's the same character again.
no, 100%. Exactly.
To be fair, if you need somebody to angry growl in your movie, get fucking.
I don't know. I like John Bernthal as Punisher.
Listen,
I actually dig it.
I'ma just say this. John Bernthal can. He might only be playing John Bernthal, but I'll watch anything with John Bernthal in it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
I
with
agree.
you. I think he's actually a good Punisher. I don't, that's where I'm at.
Well, he's
but
definitely
fair enough.
been the best. Been the best Punisher. I mean, who we had was
Who
like
else would you get?
We had Dolph Lundgren played the Punisher in the 90s, right?
I quite like oh, I'm so shit with names right now. Tom Jane, was it? I quite liked him as a Punisher. I know the movie's not great.
He was in that one with it's Dominic West plays Jigsaw, right?
No, I might be wrong on this, but that's the one with John Travolta in it
Yes.
and Kevin Nash as the Russian guy.
Correct.
The one you're thinking of
Oh,
is Ray Stevenson.
Yeah, I deleted that from my fucking brain. Oh my god, why did you put it back? Ah!
You're welcome. Yeah, I didn't mind him actually, and I know he loved the character. He did like a YouTube short like bootleg movie, which I actually quite liked as well. I thought it was a good combination, but yeah, the movie wasn't fantastic overall.
But yeah, I mean, definitely been the best of the Punisher actors, I think, John Bernthal. I mean, I also like as well that they for once it was either the brutality was completely over the top.
Yeah,
Or-
this is what I'll say
Yeah.
real quick. I don't know if you saw they released like I can't even really call it a movie, but it was like literally a mini, not even a mini series. It was just a one thing. It
A
was like an
one-shot.
hour-long
Yeah.
episode. Well, one shot usually just means one season, right? But literally, it was just one episode, and it was like a 50-minute mini movie, I guess you could fucking call it. And man, like I was
Yeah.
like, oh shit, like some new Punisher content because Punisher does not show up in Born Again. Other than like one scene in the first season where they just have a discussion like in his room or whatever that he's hiding out in, but he wasn't a main part of the show like people had hoped. And the reason why was because A, he was filming that Spider-Man movie,
Yep.
but then B, he was doing his own little mini movie fucking thing. And my goodness, was it fucking awful, man.
Oh, it is terrible.
It was so
that,
bad.
That
dude.
whole bit with the white guy who's terrorizing the black homeless dude.
God,
And
dude.
it's
And
like-
it's the woman, also like
Oh,
the woman
that's-
mafia boss. Like, fuck.
Yeah.
The whole thing was just so far fetched. I'm like, how is this
Well,
like an actual
the bit
storyline?
that got me, because again, it's almost like inadvertent. It's like when people who want to be inclusive go so far in one direction, they end up being inadvertently racist. And it was like he's helping that black homeless guy, but he kills that dude and gets his hat back and
It's
all
the
that
dude from The
stuff.
Wire, by the way.
Yeah, I know. And then it's like the black guy's looking over like, "Thank you, Mr. Punisher, sir." I'm like, what is happening here, guys? This is
The only way that
diabolical, like.
The only way that mini movie was enjoyable is if you turn your brain off and treat it like a fucking John Wick-esque fucking action sequence.
I
That's
just
about the
couldn't-
only way you can get through it.
I just couldn't handle it. I was like, this
I was
is...
so fucking sad that it was that, because it's like, how far fetched is this fucking story? Like,
Oh, true.
just no police anywhere, of course.
Also,
like,
as well, he didn't look like he did in other seasons. Like his haircut was way too sharp. Like I know it's a silly thing to be triggered by, but his beard was too dark and his haircut was too sharp. The fade was
He's-
like
he's
it was
supposed
a
to be wrecked.
razor fade. I know that's what I'm saying.
Right.
It was a
like he's in a
razor
mental
fade, dude.
fucking. He's in a terrible mental space, but he looks like he's fucking cleaned the fuck up. Yeah,
He's
I get
supposed
it.
to be like brooding on the edge and like half insane, holding on to the
Yeah.
very small amount of morale and not
Yeah.
morals and stuff and integrity he has left. It's weird. It's all over the place. Bit of a side
It is all
point
over
here,
the
by the
place.
way, guys.
Uh-huh.
Seeing as you're talking about absolute dog shit,
Yep.
this Gaming Gladiators team might be the worst team we've ever seen at a major.
I should have put them 0-3. I don't know why I didn't. But I
don't- okay.
I
I don't
couldn't
know
agree more
why
with you.
people were picking Sharks over Gaming Gladiators for 03. That blew my mind, bro.
Well,
I
I
did
did
both.
that, Dust. So why don't you tell me why I'm a fucking retard then?
Because Gaming Gladiators are fucking way more dog shit than Sharks are. You can watch one game of each and to tell that pretty quickly how fucking bad they are, bro. The fact that they brought Fur from the dead to play a major again should have been a pretty good indicator.
I
that it wasn't
alive,
gonna go well.
bro.
So bad, man. They're
Alive.
actually so bad.
And he's not even their worst problem,
It's
is it?
so shit.
They just have no firepower,
Third
bro.
top
Like,
frag
none.
the other day with 9.
I know, that's what I'm saying. That's how bad it is that guy top fragged this many years later.
Did you hear about the interview that Fur had before the major as well?
Nah, go
where
on,
he
what did he
basically
say?
said,
I
I'm
can't
in
be
no
asked."
position to be like
Yeah.
a professional player anymore, but I'll play one last major. By the way, guys, I've only been practicing for a few weeks.
Yeah.
Like, what the?
That
That's what you wanna
interview
hear
should
going
have
into the
been
World
when
Championship, dude.
that
That's-
interview
that's
popped.
player
That
one
should have been
that
the
I
I'm selecting Gaming Gladiators for 03. Like,
Yeah.
that is a game.
Well, I missed that interview because, of course, I did.
Unlucky. Well, once you saw Fur on the lineup, I figured that would have been a nice ending because that was whenever they had this very weird severing of ties with Phelps that didn't really make
Yeah,
any sense.
see,
when
I
you-
brought all this up. I did my pick'ems on stream, and I made this point like, oh, it's weird with the Gaming Gladiator org right now, you know, because of that incident that happened with Phelps. I bet all the teams like super demoralized, and then I just went, yeah, but like at least I recognize some of the players on that roster. Sharks 0-3 for me, and then I switched them out. So that,
Another player on that roster besides Henny and Fur.
they have that one begins with an L.
Lucan.
Loser?
Lucan, that's it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You pulled that one out. Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, Lucan.
You got me.
Well, it's
I was gonna say
cut.
Lucas is
Lucan
playing
on
with
these
us the other
nuts.
guy.
Yeah, mate, they've had me. My pick'ems have had me looking on nuts all day. Like it's fucking.
The only way that my pick'ems are saved is if Bait do wind up pulling out this series against M80, and then I need Gaiman to lose to Heroic, which seems like it's going to happen. That one seems pretty safe. But we will have to see. Because, of course, I had Bet Boom on my 3-1, 3-2 advance, not 3-0. So, wreck there, of course.
Also did the same.
I just couldn't, in good conscience, pick them to go 3-0, and I didn't even know what roster they were going to show up with.
Exactly. They had a roster change, and let's be honest, Bet Boom are always all over the fucking place. Like, you always expect they're going to lose the best of one
Well,
somewhere.
the thing that got everybody was people thought, well, the last interview that came out about Bet Boom before the major, Flamus was saying that he was a sub because they weren't sure whether or not Dialadez was going to get his visa or not. So he was basically, you know, there and waiting in case Dialadez couldn't play. And then all of a sudden it turns out that actually Siren's not showing up.
Yeah.
And so Flamus is playing for Siren and Dialadez is back. And it's like, what the hell is this? Like, so I could not pick them 3-0 when I was reading all that. I'm like, all right, like, that's a wild scenario. Like, surely you fuck up in a BO1 with that roster, but lo and behold.
Yep. No, I agree. And then they're against Gamer Legion, and I thought, well, Gamer
Yeah.
Legion had been looking really fucking good lately. And they were,
Didn't they get
did
like
you see
6
their game?
total rounds in that series or some shit like that?
Bro, they suck balls. They were sucking
It
on the
was
biggest,
8
sweatiest
total, I
nuts.
think.
10 total. They got 8 on Ancient and 2 on Nuke. Yeah. Fucking hell, bro.
Yeah, well, I was watching that series while the gardeners were tidying up.
Some guy in chat hit us with the no spoilers, please. Bruh. This is live sports. There's no such thing as spoilers. Fuck out.
He even asked politely and still got
Yeah.
it.
Please, fuck you, fuck off.
I just hate people who are like, no spoilers, bro. It's a live sport. It's a live sport. I can understand if you don't want no spoilers from like a TV show that releases an episode every week or whatever the fuck.
Nah, you got like
Or like
a
one of those
day
seasons
that
that dumps every episode on the same day. And that you'd have to be mental to have watched all 12 episodes that dropped on the same day. I can understand like no spoilers for that kind of stuff.
Now
Live
we-
sports, no such thing.
Now we got people taunting me over the Raiders fucking squad.
You got your Mendoza boy, bro.
We did get
They're good.
Mendoza, and we brought in Kirk Cousins as a little stalwart fucking, QB who can obviously come in if there's any problems, but also teach the rookie the ropes. It's I don't know. we're probably being a bit more sensible this year than we have for a while. I haven't hated our off season. But yeah, I think Vince, honestly, mate, I think it's a potential good shout. Like, how many rounds have Gaming Gladiators got?
I will check for you. It's not much.
Oh, they got 5 rounds on Dust 2 on Heroic, and that
Yeah.
lost. And right now they're 6-3.
They lost 13-1 to Big
Yeah.
in the 0-1 match. And they also lost 13-4 to Bat Boom. So what's that? 5, 10.
It's 10 rounds.
They got
They're on 13 rounds.
They have
right now,
13
'cause
total
Inferno's being
rounds.
played.
So
on
they-
their fourth.
So on the fourth, by the time of the fourth map, they've generated enough rounds to have won one map.
One game. Yeah, exactly.
Incredible.
It's pretty bad, bro. It's pretty bad.
Incredible.
It's the way they've lost as well, because, by the way, they won a lot of pistol rounds in the major and still shit the bed like astronomical.
Hell yeah, they did.
Fuck yeah.
It's terrible.
Their highest rated player is Fur at .88.
Well, he's above the Hooksy line.
He is above the Hooksy line.
That's the main thing.
And the only other player above the Hooksy line is Henny. The other 3 below the Hooksy line. One of them is below the Kerrigan line. So it's not been good.
If you're below the Carrigan line, like, are you even a player at that point?
How did this team even qualify? That's a great question.
Yeah,
Because they weren't doing jack shit before the major either, so I'm not sure how they did.
I wasn't following the
first
America's qualification route because I just assumed it would be all Brazilian teams anyway.
I'm trying to remember. Like, I'd have to go back and look, but when I was looking it up, I actually don't know how they did it either. Like, I was like, how in the fuck did this team make the major? The results were dog shit.
Oh,
I think it was. I think literally the only thing Gaming Gladiators did that helped them get there was that. I think didn't they beat Liquid at some LAN or some shit, like some small LAN
I think I can.
with their old lineup.
Let me just look. I think I can answer. I'm alt tabbed. I think I can answer how they qualified.
I know they had like 1 win over Made in Brazil in like a smaller South American tournament as well. Or something.
Here it is.
And
This is why they were included at the major.
He could only have gotten that idea from Benjamin Netanyahu.
All right. Well, thanks for associating my voice with that quote.
Yeah, there you go. It's
Huge for
clipped.
me.
Hey, don't worry about it, man. They pay really well. It's great.
When are they going to start sponsoring esports?
Shalom, Counter-Strike fans, and welcome to another day of the No Majors Club. But yeah, honestly, like they've been dog shit. I think worst team in a major. I need to check, how did that Indian team do? Team Wolf. Or
Oh, that's a good shout, actually.
yeah.
That is you might have pulled one out. What major would that have been?
That was Cologne 2014, I think.
Yeah, I'm gonna go through and see if I can find one. I'm trudging through the team list.
Because the funny thing about them as well is that they use that clip art logo as well.
Oh, you're talking about Team Wolf. That's
yeah,
the one.
Yeah, Team Wolf.
Casada was their coach.
Yeah,
It
Casada was their
5
coach, bro.
Indian players.
Yeah, with five
Casada
Indians
was their
and
coach.
Casad. Yeah, for real.
Holy
You don't
fuck.
know this? You don't know this story?
No, I remember now. Now
Oh.
the gears are turning out.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got 7 rounds against NIP and 4 rounds against Hellraisers. That was back when it was all best
logo
of
is
ones.
diabolical.
Yeah, they used the clip art logo as well because they didn't realize they had to submit
That's
a
an
logo.
MS Paint drawing straight lines
Yeah,
tool. That's
yeah.
what they use there.
It was, bro, everything about this team. By the way, I don't know if Casad, I mean, some of the stories he's told me about coaching those guys is it's hilarious. But I don't know if it's stream appropriate, but he'll tell you some stories. I want the Kassad memoirs to come out because he's got some bangers. He's got some absolute banging stories.
All right, so
that no one
technically
knows about.
speaking, Bravado has had the worst major performance.
Mm-hmm.
It was DreamHack winner 2014. Remember, this is when there was only BO1s. There's no BO3s in the format. So that obviously makes it a little bit tough. They got 2 rounds against Fnatic, and then they got 1 round against Cloud. They got 3 total rounds in the major before getting knocked out.
Okay,
That's got to be as bad as it gets.
But
now,
gaming might conceivably be the second worst then, because like
well,
Team
you could
Wolf
argue
got
Gaming's the
7
worst because they
rounds,
get more. Yeah,
against the winners of 2014.
yeah.
So
Also, Bravado only got to play 2 BO1s, where Gaming Gladiators played 2 BO1s and a BO3. So like that also kind of changes the context a bit.
Yeah, and like to be fair as well, you said Fnatic and Cloud9, right? Those were 2
Yeah,
fucking
those
baller
are good
back
teams
then.
at the
yeah,
time, man.
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, only losing best of ones and being out to major is fucking rough. Like, well, we showed up. See you guys later.
But yeah, dude, like honestly, oh man, I want Kassad to be here to tell his fucking Team Wolf stories, dude. They were just too good. I hope one day we're gonna get to the Cloud9 stories as well. I think the statute of limitations is about to lapse on that, right? Alex isn't playing anymore, as far as I'm aware. Woxic's on a successful team.
It's wild, man. Like the Alex story is crazy because he clearly, like, I mean, obviously I don't know what happened with his health, but like he clearly still had a future as an in-game leader in Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
Even after the whole Cloud9 thing fell apart, he probably still had some value to go some places.
Yeah. There was Esatag.
It's one of the bigger what ifs.
Yeah, Esatag. Where's Esatag these days? Price tag, where is he?
Legit, no idea.
Yeah. So I feel
Nobody can afford him, dude. It's rough. It's a rough economy out here.
True. Streaming.
He died on NIP in 2024.
This is what I mean. I think it's like time. I think like I want Kassad because I know what happened behind the scenes. Obviously, I mean, me and Henry, we watched like every game together. Like every time Henry was watching, because obviously it was during the pandemic era. I would watch the games and we would sit together in like a voice chat or whatever.
And you would just hit him with $20 million for this at every possible opportunity.
Exactly. Every time they were losing around, I'd just be like, $20 million for this. Like, I was just as an Esatag, only played like 26 maps online for Astralis, and he's on what 38 grand a month. I'd be like saying shit like this and like triggering him all the time. But obviously, it was funny at the beginning, and then it got sad at the end.
I mean, it is tough, bro.
Yeah.
Because, like, when you looked at the roster when he first came on, he brought in Mezzi, who turns out to be fucking fantastic.
Oh, I know.
On.
He literally launched
and
Mezzi's career. Yeah, no one gives Henry any credit for that.
And then at the time, he grabbed Woxic from Outsports, which is a good fucking move at that. He was a top tier opera still at that point in time.
And look, he was getting
I will
triggered.
say the miss was Floppy. That was a miss.
I thought Floppy was kind of okay on Cloud9 at the start.
He's definitely the store thumb that sticks out between the other players
Like,
on the roster, though, at that time.
You know, but I mean, like, Woxic...
I mean, wasn't Woxic also just donating ops for free every fucking round?
He was, but the problem with that was he was getting triggered because Woxic needs to be around the team, and also he was playing online on Turkish internet. He was just getting mad frustrated. He was on like 90 ping, you know, and
yeah, that is fucked.
So that's why Woxic was, let's say, not as committed or locked in as he could have been. But I mean,
that
like,
was a tough one.
And obviously, like, Kassad's a good coach. Like, they had Alex, who had pretty good pedigree at that point, and Alex and Kassad just could not agree on anything.
Yeah.
So,
1 sec, right back.
no worries, and that's all we can say about that. But I do.
I also got to dip out.
Oh,
I gotta go play D&D with my friends. Pretend to be an animatronic beaver for 2 hours.
Why are you an animatronic beaver? How has this occurred in the game of D&D?
Don't worry about it, dude.
Oh yeah, okay, fine. Don't worry about it. You know when your behavior reflects on me, Griff. You know that, right? So, all right. Well, have fun. Don't eat too many trees.
I'll try my best. See you guys later.
See you, man.
Animatronic beaver. The kids these days. I bet Blair's got some story about the Team Wolf guys as well. I think he's told me he knew a couple of the players on that roster. We'll see if Blair drops by. He only turns up one day to get the fucking T-shirt, and then you never see him again.
Do you know any Indian CS that I remember is that Forgiven guy?
Well, of course,
With
yeah.
What was it? Word EXE or
Yeah,
something?
Word Dogs. It's the most viewed video on my YouTube channel. 1.6 million views. It was just, and obviously just complete baiting out all the chuds in the title. Like, it's like, this Indian player got caught cheating. So, you know, everyone's there spamming do not redeem in the comments. And the worst part was because I used like a split second of the Curb Your Enthusiasm music. The brr, 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 that's all I used. It got demonetized. So 1.6 million views, didn't earn a penny.
Oh Christ, that's grim.
So yeah, and not only was it demonetized, the person that wrote that got the money. So the person that wrote the Curb Your Enthusiasm theme made like 10 grand off me.
He could only have gotten that idea from Benjamin Netanyahu.
Is this actually going to go 3?
Oh, you're watching the M8 game, aren't you? I'm
Oh.
watching Heroic and Gaming.
So you're literally forcing yourself to watch that garbage. Holy shit.
Yeah, I've got them as my 0-3, but I also do like the Fantasy League on HLTV, and I've got Nilo from Heroic, who's been absolute piss the entire
Yep.
major so far.
You're not fucking wrong, bro. You are not wrong. Wasn't he the like all the pro players' next breakout star one year on HLTV?
He's been insane recently, like by far their best player.
Yeah.
But it's his first major, so I don't know, maybe
Nerves
some
or
nerves or
whatever.
something creeping in. Yeah, that's also true. And Sani's also been terrible.
I haven't even looked at who's been the top player at this stage. I was looking at who has been bad, who the worst had been, but I haven't looked at the top end.
I can tell you who the top player is, and you probably wouldn't guess. It's Boomich.
Wait,
Literally.
Boomich?
Yep, 1.48.
Boomich is the top-rated player at this stage? Fuck, what? That's mental. I would never have guessed that in a million years, but...
Yep. Second player, though, Grix.
Yep.
No, you're a fan of his.
Blame F's got to be top 10.
He's joint third.
There you go. That's my boy. Someone said Hawker said that Blame F shouldn't be an IGL. I disagree.
I think he just kind of has to be at this point in his career.
Yeah,
clearly where
no,
he's
but I think
comfortable.
that's when he's at his most motivated, and I think he's good at it. I think it's just people just never have given him that credit. Hawker made a video about it. Holy shit! It's not even a hot take. He's made one of his videos. He's put his motherfucking name on it like a George Foreman grill. Holy shit. I'll have to watch it. I'll watch it in bed. I'm going straight to bed after this. Straight to bed. Got to get up again in the morning to have all my debris, my garden debris taken away. Then I've got to record. I might not even be around for the first game tomorrow because I've got to record 2 episodes of Foreplay. It's just non-stop, Vince. I'm just getting crushed.
It must catch up with you as well because, like, obviously, there's not much you can do because you're traveling between doing a bunch of CS and Dota 2 events of PGL, right? So
yeah, this is why I have to, when I'm off work, I have to queue up a load of content because for my other commitments like Foreplay and Four Horsemen. So it's all of that. It's like, and obviously then I got to do all the Substack stuff. This is why I haven't been live streaming as much. Not to mention, I don't mind sort of sneaking this in, but I might have an
Returned.
Nice, good timing. I might have an opportunity to do a sort of live return of By the Numbers.
Oh. That's dope.
Yeah.
So you and Thorin back in the saddle?
Yeah.
Nice.
Doing it. It's not locked in yet, but we had a again. I won't say too much about it, but we had a sponsor basically say like, "Oh, would you co-stream this event?" Because I think like Duncan did a blast co-stream recently live from Texas, went over pretty well, and they're basically like, any chance we could get Richard in there and maybe like, you know, make it a By the Numbers thing. And I was like,
oh, so like y'all will both be live at the event?
Yeah,
streaming?
yeah.
Oh. Okay, that'd be cool.
So, I said yes, even though I said I didn't want to do By the Numbers anymore. But
Okay.
but you know, there's a paycheck in it, and I suppose it does add some value to like the last Free Nation stable. So yeah,
to be fair, like,
all we have to do is go to Riyadh and then. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry, Vince. What were you gonna say?
No, I was gonna say if it's like a one-off as well, then people can get super hype and make sure they'll tune in for it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think because like it's not a long-term commitment, but it does mean that there was a period of time I was going to enjoy slobbing around at home. I'm not going to be able to slob around at home. I'm going to have to get on a fucking plane again.
I sent you a DM asking a guess of what it would be. I'm just curious if I'm right.
I'll alt tab after this map and
Yeah. I just don't want to say anything because I know you don't want to say anything on stream until things get confirmed and whatnot.
It's maybe a question you can't answer, to be fair, Richard. And if you can't, by all means, just ignore it. But
yeah.
how long do you think you have left in doing these hosts?
It's a good question, isn't it, mate?
I don't mean like morbidly. I just mean like how long do you want to do it for? Because obviously
That's a better
PGL
question.
is gonna be very interested in keeping you around. Because I've said this many times, man, and you know I'm not just saying this to blow smoke up your ass, but you're one of the best desk hosts in esports as far as I'm concerned.
Thanks.
And obviously PGL agrees. So I'd imagine if you want it, like they'll just stick with you long term. But do you have like an out in your own head?
We're into 27 now with our agreements. And I mean, Silvio has a lot of faith in me and my ability to run a show. I also am just generally a lot more chilled out now, and a lot of the guys are, a lot of the like team at PGL. Again, without getting too much into the weeds, it's like there were some guys that you would have to work with in production that could get like very stressed out, high pressure environment. But as we've all got older and done more and more shows and worked with each other, we just realized that, like, look, the peanut gallery is going to say the same thing every show. We're going to, they're going to criticize the audio, even if there aren't any audio errors. It's always going to be the PGL audio guy. It's not going to be the ESL audio guy, even though, hey, we all just watched Rio. There was a ton of audio issues, right? I mean, that's just being real, we all kind of like just now we just lean into it. Like we make explicit references to the PGL audio guy on stream. We did a bit where I think it might have been Seb, the director producer. He took a photo of one of the guys and like tweeted it out saying this is the PGL audio guy, and the guy was like, no, please delete. People are gonna harass me or whatever. So
Secret is the real PGL audio guy is me and Richard's beards.
Yes, exactly. Like 90% of the time, the audio is either us rubbing up against a Madonna mic or us sitting on a wireless microphone pack or a battery running out, or occasionally a sound, a board might overheat. It's not like one guy, like,
dude, my boy in chat real quick. Hold on. Bomb with the NASL sound guy. Thank you so much, bro.
Yeah,
that's a fucking throwback reference right there. Holy shit.
Yep.
That's the OG sound guy right there, bro.
Exactly, dude. Nobody brings up the NASL sound guy anymore. They were the originals.
Holy shit, man. That is a fucking blast from the past, man.
Yeah. And
fucking hell.
Anyway, so we're all just like, we're a really tight team. We work together, we travel together, we stay in the hotels with each other, we hang out, we go for beers. I'm talking about the crew. I love all the PGL crew. Like I know most of them by like their first names. At the end of an event, I'll use some of my day rate to bring in like, whatever it might be, like some bottles of champagne or some whiskey or some cigars. And, we're really tight now. And because of that, it's kind of just made all of the stress of doing an event go away. Like, I go to a PGL event now. I know what we're going to do. I know what the features are going to be. I've already written the show. I know what the show flow is going to be. I know who my analysts are going to be. We've all got a great rapport. It's a really good crew right now in CS. There's no stress heads, no green room terrorists, nothing like that. And it just reflects in the show, I think. Like, I think if I was to, again, without tooting my own, it's not about me, obviously. But I think the PGL desk segments I think are the best desk segments in CS, and I think it's because I'm let off the leash. I know Silviu isn't going to fire me if I fuck up or miss a spot, and Silviu trusts me to direct the show, and Seb trusts me to direct the show. We don't need to be as regimented as some of the shows, because it's like, again, I do feel sorry for ESL desk hosts, because ESL desk hosts have to work in, here's a sponsored segment by DHL. You've got to hit that mark. You can't miss that, right? They're paying for that. And so if an analyst is making a really good point, if Dupree's telling one of his wicked war stories about his time in Astralis, and we've got 2 minutes left and we haven't done the DHL spot, I got to cut him off. And I got to fucking get that DHL spot in. And that's just how it goes. And so we're a lot more open and expansive. And I really like the work, and I enjoy the work, and I enjoy the product. I feel good. I like going to events now. I like working the Dota events. I might even, like the Dota events slightly more because of the novelty. But like I am bringing the CS flavor to a Dota desk. We have like more banter over there now, and it's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun. So to Vince's question, like, how long do I want to do it for? I mean, as long as it stays like this. But then also, I'm very cognizant of the fact that, I'm not getting any younger, and I think there is a point in esports where it looks inherently ridiculous if it's an old man with grey hair or no hair and a grey beard on a desk talking about a game to an audience of 18-year-olds. I think that's the one problem esports is going to have that mainstream sports broadcasting doesn't. There is a point of visual absurdity that you reach as you get older. Now, I don't think I'm there yet. I don't think I look absurd on a desk. I mean, I'm fat, you know, whatever.
Can I offer a comment on this aspect really quick?
Yeah,
and
of course.
you can shoot it down. You can be like, no, you're absolutely wrong. But I would argue that the CS audience leans a little older than a lot of other
So that's
esports.
absolutely
the same
true.
thing.
That's absolutely true.
And
for sure.
you literally have 70-year-old men being pundits for American football.
Yeah, but
So
that's
it's like-
that's the point. Very often, those pundits played, and in
Sure, I get
sports,
it.
we accept.
Look at the host
veterancy
for
as a
Inside the
quality.
NBA. He wasn't a former player, but he still hosts that show.
No, but what I mean is, it's like veterancy and being around a while. And look, if you're a veteran sports broadcaster and people like your voice and they like your vibe and they like your way of running a show, you know, I mean, like the plan originally.
Ernie, though.
Yeah, that's exactly right. The plan originally at Turner, I think, was like, if we bring this Richard guy in and E-League's a success, maybe one day we could off-ramp Richard into doing another show and just make him a TV host. You know, we talked about it. Ernie, like EJ was great with me, man. Like EJ, like it's like a magical moment in your life. Like EJ said to me, "I have watched your hosting, and I believe you're good enough for television." Like, you know,
A hell of a compliment.
so I was speechless, bro. I was speechless. What do you say to that? And you know, that was like obviously like very early on when I was shitting my pants. I can't tell you. I cried after we did the first show. I don't mind saying this. I had so much adrenaline and so much stress, cortisol spiking, and we just did a live TV show with no fuck ups. And I wasn't even using the auto cue. I was doing it all. I'd memorized the entire show flow. So it was just me, Alchemist, and Daly were the two people in my ear. I had like two, and I guess occasionally Matt Mosa if I could override. But anyway, so I had potentially three voices at any time in my mind. But I just memorized the show flow. I just didn't want a mistake on live TV, not on our first show. And I did it on 2 hours sleep. I couldn't sleep the night before. And I just fucking broke. I said, great job, guys. I did my whole, talk to the troops thing that I do when I'm a host. Dust knows it's probably irritating. But like, guys, great job. Give everyone a pat on the shoulder. Give everyone a hug. We fucking crushed it. You crushed it. And then I just went to a dark corner and I just fucking blubbed. I just melted down. I was like so fried. But it was like it felt like such a big achievement. And then I guess a year down the line, it had sort of become a bit routine and it didn't feel as special as it did in that moment. We just had a really good rhythm and flow and it was like, oh, we're just doing an esports show now. Anyway, all of which is to say, I haven't felt the same joy for doing the work. Like this current run with PGL feels like early E-League. Everyone's dialed in, everyone's doing their best, everyone's bringing ideas, we're evolving show to show. Like like doing the maps and the player rotations and listen-ins and live AI translation of language. We've added so much to the broadcast, and I think all of it adds so much value to storytelling. I love the analysts I get to work with at PGL. Maui Snake is a fucking god. Like, he should be at the major. Obviously,
Agreed 100%.
Like, wicked rapport with everyone else we work with. Like Blair and Dustin. I'll even say this. Working with guys like Prof and Striker has been great. I love both of them for different reasons. And it's just cool. It's like, I want to go to work. Imagine having a job where you want to go to work. So I want to keep doing it, but I'm also aware of the fact that, like, I'm aging out and there will be a period where you can't look at that person anymore and sort of take the whole thing seriously. It'll break apart. If that's going to happen in the next few years, I don't know. Remember, I'm in my 40s. I'm 44. So the other guys that went before me that aged out on camera, like the Scoots and the Red Eyes, they were knocking on the door of 50. So I think realistically, I think I can get away with it for maybe 3 years before it becomes silly. And whether or not PGL is still doing it in 3 years, or whether they still want to work with me in 3 years, like a lot can change in 3 years in esports. But I think beyond that, it's probably getting silly, you know.
But is that in your own head though? Because I do agree with what Dust says. I think CS general, I wouldn't put a number on it, but I'd say probably late 20s. Because a lot of people have grown up with Counter-Strike. They've been around since 1.6 or Source or whatever else. And like I've been to events where I've had like a father and son come up to me and say they like my casting or something, and the father's like, 50 odd.
Yeah.
So I think like, and I'm sure you've had similar experiences. Is that in your own head? Like, I understand where you're coming from. You don't want to feel like you're standing out for bad reasons, but if you're good enough at your job, does it matter that much?
I always try and look at the product objectively, and I think, and what I do when I look at a show, I look at it, I look at a broadcast, and I think, and what really helped me again was working at Turner, because I know how TV executives think now. I've been in those meetings. I've received those criticisms from, a vice president of a TV network, like, why can't you do it this way? Why isn't it like this? Why doesn't it look like this? Why didn't you phrase it like that? There's all these little minutiae that go into it, and they've got an eye for a certain thing. And so the first thing I do when I look at a show is I think, what would be the way how would I criticize this? If my job was to criticize it, if I had to find something wrong with it, what would I say? And obviously, when you start doing that and you have that very critical eye, you see where the problems lie. And one of the problems is I thought this was a young guy's product. And look at this, we've got a bunch of not so young people talking about it. I imagine a TV executive would much rather have a Freya than have a Richard Lewis. The argument, right? So the argument in my column is veterancy and, maybe the, classic male British broadcast voice and that type of thing. The argument in Freya's column is, she's younger, more connected to the audience, and she does have a bubbly energy that somebody of my age and my veterancy isn't gonna have. We're very different, even though we probably run a desk in largely the same way. And so you have to think about your broadcast talent. This is why I hate discourse around broadcast talent. People rank them, and they don't realize it's a preference. Everyone who is working in CS broadcast events right now, they are all S tier. They are all elite. Fact. It wouldn't be there if they weren't. This job. It's harder to get into broadcast. There's fewer spots for broadcast work than there is for being a player. So think about the filtration process that goes into it. And if you get through that filter, how good you have to be. You might not be as good at certain things as other people, but everybody is S tier and everybody is elite. So what you have to think about is different flavors. And so what flavor do you want your desk to be? How do you want it to feel? How do you want it to look? And I think for esports, instead of traditional sports, you want it to look young. You want it to skew younger, and you want it to be cooler and hipper. And I think if it isn't, I think eventually you have a problem. I think there will be a fundamental disconnect with the audience.
Is there a case to be made, just playing devil's advocate here though, instead of like I get what you mean, but covering both bases, having an older veteran, as you definitely are, and then having maybe analysts that are on the younger side, so you blend together. Do you see what I mean?
Which helps. But then you see the problem you've got there is I think a lot of the better analysts now are in their 30s, and a lot of the players want to do it at the end of their career, which will also put them in their 30s. We're about to have 27, 28. We're about to have a big wave of notable retirements. and a lot of experienced IGLs, experienced players are all going to retire. Many of them articulate, fluent in multiple language, and this is when analysts are going to have to fucking, bring their A game, because there's definitely going to be one or two that are probably going to transition into the analyst role full time.
Yeah. Yeah. Does that freak you out a bit, Dust, from your perspective as an analyst?
Yeah, 100%. Like, I know that I know that it's temporary. Like, someone like Maui is so embedded now that I think he could survive through it, especially because of the personality that he brings to the table, the banter. Like, he is just so charismatic, and I really do think, like, right now, Maui is probably the best analyst we have in the scene. I think Yanko obviously is right there next to him, but I think someone like him probably can make it through. Like, retired players coming through. Like, I don't think he's gonna get he won't be the first guy that gets replaced. Is my point.
I think you do yourself a disservice. I think the last 18 months, I think you've elevated your work to a level now that you're doing the best work you've ever done.
I agree to that. I just mean that I'm not as embedded.
I don't think. What I'm saying is, I don't think. I don't think a player knocks you off the pedestal. I could name some analysts ahead of you, put it that way, and I say that with.
I'm sure there are.
That's just being cold and clinical.
Yeah.
Well, I can say as well, Dust, because obviously you guys work a lot together on the desk, and I'm sure, especially at the beginning, Dust, you probably wanted pointers and tips and like things that Richard was noticing that you could improve on. But obviously, from my perspective, from the outside looking in, I can see you're so much more comfortable now on the desk. Like, you used to fidget with your laptop or your books or whatever before, or like your cards, where you had, I don't know what you had on there, I assume like stats and figures and things. I think you're way more comfortable on camera now than you were before, if nothing else.
I think it helped that I finally had a company that got behind me and gave me a consistent platform.
Sure.
Like, that does a lot for your confidence when you understand that the people who are hiring you do appreciate the work you do. PGL has consistently hired me for almost every event they've run since 2024. So it's like, when I have that level of like backing, I guess you could say, it makes it a lot easier to do my job when like I know that they have my back and appreciate what I put out.
When I knew Dust was going to be a regular, I was the first thing I said to Dust, the first thing I made him do, and it was like pulling teeth. I said, like, you've got to leave the laptop in the green room. You got to leave the pad in the green room. You got to leave the notes in the green room.
Okay, that makes sense now. You said
and the
that.
reason,
you'd had that conversation.
And he uses it now, but you wouldn't know he was using it now. The difference before was it was essentially to teach us the exercise of body language. That people are like more engaged with what you have to say if you are open, your chest is out, your arms are wide, and you're talking and projecting. If you're occasionally glancing away from where the eye line of the conversation is, looking down at a laptop because you want to get a number, you want to get a fact out, that's going to make you feel less charismatic. So that was the first thing we did. I was like, and there was a little bit of consternation. I won't get too into it, but I did have to say, Dust, I need you to look at me. I'm telling you this because I care about you, and I want this to work, and I want you to be here. And I said that, and then that was what sort of made Dust like, okay, I'm going to listen to you, And we did that, and it worked. And then we also started working on how to package what you've got to say, come up with that one unbelievable, booyah point. And make sure we get it in, but don't over prep and don't overload. Don't like just say, and this happened, and this happened, and this happened, and this is something you might want to know. And a lot of analysts, they want to get everything in, and the reality is it's almost like editing a movie. You might leave some of your best scenes on the chopping room floor. You just might have to for the sake of coherence and narrative, and that's the other thing we work on together at the PGL desks. And obviously Dust and Maui, they're always talking in the green room, right? We want to do this and we want to do that. Okay, can I fit it in here? No, don't do that. Okay, I'll bring this point then. And it's like, it's a collaborative effort. It's one of the key differences, I think. I think like one of the downsides that, again, having the ESL approach of having like this rotation of like, oh, that's super interesting that guy's going to be an analyst. I can't wait to see what he does on a desk. Problem is, they're not part of the team. And so they come in and they're gonna want to get their licks in, and then the host has to do the awkward thing of trying to rein them in, and bring it down and make it smaller. Like, I'm very interested to see how Ash does, because Ash is great. I love Ash. I think he's a great person. I think his content's great. I think he was a very unfairly maligned coach. But the desk work is about space. It's about space and connectivity, and the host has to direct the traffic so you get as much space as you need without encroaching on anyone else's space, and that your language and points connect to everything that's being said in the moment. And so if Ash comes in and treats it like it's a YouTube video, that's going to suck for whoever is on the desk with him. And it's going to agitate people, and then that friction might bleed over into the show. And if it's happening, the host has to kind of get it and pull it in. I think Ash has enough, like, social sense to not do it, but it's a risk, is my point. And like, we don't have that at PGL.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean, we definitely benefit from
not with
having-
everybody.
You hear
But
me?
yeah, I was just saying, not with everybody. But yeah, sorry, go on.
Yeah, I mean, I would say PGL definitely benefits from the fact that we essentially have like a pool of like 7 analysts that we rotate through, basically, and then we have 2 hosts that are constant.
Yeah,
And that's the kind of the unsung hero of the group is Tech Girl,
yeah,
because
yeah.
she is a phenomenal desk host in her own right. She can provide a similar level of spice that Richard can provide, but she also has her own thing.
Yep, agreed.
I think she's massively underrated, in my opinion. I think she's, definitely one of the best hosts we have in Counter-Strike, and puts a lot of work in, cares a shit ton about the job. We chat a lot, and so the fact that we have a constant 2-host team, essentially, and we have a consistent, like I said, we have, obviously there's 4 analysts every event, but those 4 analysts come from, like, again, a pool of like 7 that they work with regularly. So chances are any desk combination you put together has already worked together multiple times already.
Yeah,
And so you already have that rapport, you already have that chemistry, you already kind of have an idea what direction this person likes to go, where they specialize at, what their favorite things to talk about are. And so you kind of understand how to weave yourself through those moments and complement each other. So,
yep. Yeah, agreed. So I mean, all of which is to say, like, again, I really enjoy working for PGL. I feel a sense of like kinship with the crew. I feel a sense of loyalty to the brand. Like, again, if all this Riyadh stuff went away tomorrow and ESL called me up, I wouldn't go and work the ESL events still. Because I'm PGL's guy, man. Like, they put all this faith in me. They've essentially made me the face of the product, and I trust PGL not to fuck me over. Like, DreamHack made me the face of their product, then sold to MTG, didn't even give me a thank you bonus, and then proceeded to rat fuck me out. And then the Loader thing happened in 2015. That's not going to happen here at PGL. Like. PGL, I imagine, will want to keep using me until I say no. I feel, and that's like a really nice thing to have in esports. So, I wouldn't work a rival event. Even if Blast called me up, I wouldn't work a Blast event either. I'm the PGL guy. You like Richard Lewis, you come and watch a PGL event, and I think that's good, and I think that's how it should be in broadcasting.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I think I understand why PGL's done it, and obviously, like, I can't fully commit for a while, at least, until I'm fully sorted out myself mentally and physically. But I always was curious why PGL continued to hire like the ESL casters. And this is to be clear, this is going to sound like bitter, but it's really not coming from that place. But I always thought like they had an opportunity to build up another duo on the periphery and didn't. And I'm thinking at the start of this year, or was it the start of last year, whenever it's all like blurred into one for me, but they hired like Scrolling Launders, Sponge, Machine, etc., which makes a lot of sense. I mean, they're fantastic, right? Like, they are the absolute cream of the crop. But I thought like there was a chance there that PGL, I'm not even talking about me here, I was thinking like Anders, they could have like really backed another duo to build them up, kind of similar to what they did with Dust, for example. Because as you mentioned, Dust, like you were doing Valorant, and I mean we've had these conversations before, right? But like you basically thought you were done with CS, and then PGL came out and were like, "Yo, like let's get you involved." And then ever since then, it's been fantastic. But I thought they might do that with another duo. But I
I think
suppose it's like you can't reinvent too many things.
to speculate really quickly on my end to answer this one. I think PGL feels like, and this is speculation, I could be totally wrong. I feel like they believe that they are able to get the best of both worlds in the sense that you're rarely ever going to see Sponge and Machine at a Blast event. It'll happen, but it's very, very rare that it does.
Yeah.
You're never going to see Yanko at a Blast event, or at least that's what the track record has been for a long time now at this point.
Yeah.
Sure.
And then the other way around is that Scrawny and Launders are never really going to be a featured commentary duo at ESL. Like, yeah, they'll be they're at the major right now, but I think they're done after the quarterfinals or something like that. So like they're never going to be the main featured piece over there. It's always going to be Machine, Sponge, whatever.
And I think as well.
And hold on, let me finish. And
Sorry.
Maui will never be in an ESL event either.
Yeah,
That's been proven
certainly.
at this point.
Yeah.
So
not from this
PGL
bit.
essentially gets to go, okay, we're going to take what we think are the best pieces from both of those worlds, and we're actually going to put them together and have like a fucking super crew of broadcast talent.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like they're kind of doing. And I will say, I think they do a good job of, like, for example, like Harry and Hugo seem to kind of be the second duo at ESL behind Machine and Sponge, right? I think PGL treats them more like a primary duo when they're there.
Yes.
So I do think that they kind of go that route a little bit as well.
I think as well. Just to add on to that, I think there's not a lot of duos. The duos we have are high quality, but actually there really isn't a lot, and you end up in this problem of you don't want to overwork casters. It's a really tough job, and you know they have to expel a lot of energy, especially in the arena events. More so than the studio events, but you know you don't want to have like more than 2 best of 3s, right? And so and even that can be a lot. And so, you know, obviously you want to have enough duos to go around. So people do end up picking up the same duos. I'll say this, I think what PGL have done for the CACs is really cool. The when they do the English speaking stream for the Asia Championships events, they do use different casters, and we've got Naokai and Scriv kind of coming out right now, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them at one of the prestige PGL events down the road. I wouldn't be surprised to see them there. I think they're great to work with. I think they're doing good work. I think it's like slept on. And I think they're going to get some positive attention soon. And in PGL, they're always paying attention to all of this stuff. So, while I agree, I think it's just right now. If there was like 2 more duos, I think Vince, you would be spot on. I just think there aren't quite enough to go around, and because of the, how should we put it, esports preferences. I won't use the word politics. That some tournament organizers have. You're not gonna, some guys wouldn't be able to stay in the space if all they had was Blast.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You might lose some good people.
You kind of have to be working with 2 different TOs to get enough work right now, in my opinion.
Yeah, or
I mean, in
be
Richard's
better
case,
than
he's
with
also
ESL.
doing Dota 2.
Yeah, do that, or just be an absolute god and work 2 games.
Yeah. Like, if you're not working multiple titles, like,
Joking
so for
about.
example, like for me, if I was only working PGL events, I'd only get like as of right now, obviously it's going to change in like a year or two whenever they start adding more events to the calendar. But for right now, they average like 4 PGL events a year, and then they do like the English broadcast for a CAC maybe. So so I've worked 4 gigs already this year. As of right now, the only other PGL event that's going to be operated is going to be, I think, Masters Bucharest in October, and then obviously the Singapore Major. If I do get both of those, then yeah, I would hit enough gigs this year to feel like I've made enough money to call it like a decent living. But if I don't, let's say, and these are the only 4 gigs that I work this year, I'm actually like kind of in that weird gray area where like, yeah, I did pretty well, but like it's still not quite enough to like feel like I sustained a career this year. You know what I mean? I really feel like the golden number is probably like 6 or 7 gigs at least a year to feel like really good about where you're at. and either you have to work at 2 different TOs to make that happen a lot of the time, or like in Richard's case, he's doing Dota 2 stuff on top of CS with PGL, so it kind of works out that way.
Yeah, I mean, to be completely clear on this isn't sour grapes or anything. It was just more of an idea.
Dude,
So
I
I
wouldn't
want it to come across like I'm thinking, oh fuck, Scrawny Lawners or any of that shit. Like,
No,
I
no
totally get it.
one would describe that to you either. Don't worry about that. I think like I think it's I just really like the current crew we've got over at PGL. There's not a lot I would change or could want. I think everyone that I do the desk stuff with, great relationship. We really enjoy working with each other. I'm a bit more estranged from the casters in the sense that, I'll never throw it to a B stream, for example, right? So when you guys are doing it remote or whatever, we never really talk. Or if, even with the main guys, they might just be doing the morning shift and I might be doing the afternoon shift and I might only see them in the hotel. So you can have that kind of thing. But I think ultimately, again, like I love working with Connor and Mo and Harry and Hugo and fucking, just all the guys. I love working with all of the caster duos we've got. I mean, it's no secret, like Sponge and I obviously had a rocky period, putting it mildly. But I mean, I like me and Chad hang out at events now. It might not be what it was in terms of how close and tight knit we were, but I mean, we were waiting for a flight out, and we were having a fucking breakfast beer, catching up, talking about old times. I go way back with Alex as well. Yeah, it's just nice. The events are nice, like actually nice. I really look forward to them. And I look forward to the Dota events as much, if not more, because, like I say, I get to see people that I don't even talk to. Like, they're not going to come on for the No Majors Club, right? Or maybe they will, maybe they won't. They're probably doing fucking TI qualifiers. But like, I get to see, like I say, I get to see Sir Action Slacks like into my veins. Like seeing Sir Action Slacks is like I feel like I'm the fucking sick kid and John Cena's just turned up. You know what I mean? That's how. Yeah, that's how good it is to see Sir Action Slacks. I get to hang out with Jenkins. Like, me and him, super tight. Probably going to go out and visit him in Serbia. I got to meet Kezu. Kezu was a guy I used to watch play Hon. I used to think he was the highest ever rated MMR in Heroes and Newerth. I used to watch him when he played on a team within Insania. And I got to not only meet him, I got to hang out with him. And it was great, and we had like an amazing time. He made me watch Kung Fu Panda. So Admir, Lizard, Lacoste, like obviously Shiva. I go way back with Shiva. Fog, Owen. Like, I just love all of these guys. Like, it's like it doesn't feel like work. You turn up, you see all your old friends. You're like, oh, what's been going on? They all come out, I've been getting to know B-Cop a lot as well. B-Cop's been, like, thinking about maybe doing some CS work. So we've been talking about that and what that would look like for his stream. It's just cool. Like, I don't know. I don't have an issue with anybody. I don't have a single negative thought about any of the people I work with at PGL. It's super rare. Like, in CS especially. Like, I think back to some of the green rooms we used to be in, which were just stinking. Everyone miserable, seething with silence. The only time anyone opens their mouths is to break someone's balls. Everyone having a mega stressful time. It just isn't like that anymore.
Yeah, I remember those days as well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that kind of happened between us as well, right?
Yeah.
Like when I was...
ashamed to say... I was privy to a lot of that negative behavior. I'm not privy to it. I was an instigator of it. And, you have to hold yourself accountable and look back and admit that what you did was wrong. It was shitty, and it did make, I've had this conversation now with lots of people from back in the day, I feel ashamed to have to have made their time at an event something that they should be able to enjoy and take pleasure in their work. I feel ashamed to have made that a potentially negative thing, to have either made it stressful or to have been unpleasant to be around or to have poked fun too much. And I think I've gone around and made reparations and mended fences with everyone I need to. Because again, I think for a few years I was so wrapped up in the job, I wasn't really thinking about other people. I wasn't thinking about the people around me. I was thinking about me, and how do those people fit into my life and my world, and what can I say about them to get like a cheap laugh? Lots of that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I think I was also partly to blame for that as well. And also, I know how I am. Like, I have a really bad temper, and if I'm on a bad day or whatever, like, there's certain things that would just be nothing at all that I'll be sensitive over. I never used to be that way. I don't know what changed. Maybe just getting older or just baggage that you pick up over the years, because like I'm fucking 40 now as well. So, but yeah, like that particular event, like I just didn't go into the green room because Dust was also there, and sometimes I'm not throwing you under the bus here, Dust, but like if the two of you are together and there would have been some memes or something come up, I don't know if I'd have snapped.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna hang in the casters thing. I'm gonna just do my research and stuff and keep to myself because my head was just fucked. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so like
yeah.
I didn't want to bring those shitty vibes you were talking about into the green room and like make it feel as if you had to walk on eggshells or Dust did or anyone else. So I just removed myself from the situation completely. And then we even had like a couple segments together.
Yeah.
When I was casting on the Asian, so I was there with Jackie.
Yeah, I remember.
And everything was fine. Like
Yeah,
it's there was no awkwardness or anything there. But yeah.
I mean, it's like I you could call it growing up. I mean, it's a bit ridiculous to essentially talk about the period of your life between 39 and 44 as the period of time that you matured. Like it should have definitely happened a lot sooner, but I don't know. I don't get stressed. I always try and be mindful of my actions and how they affect others, and I always try and ascribe the most charitable interpretation of behavior to behavior when I witness it, instead of jumping to negative conclusions that I'll then mindfuck myself with while I'm alone at night and not sleeping, And I think I think it's been it's been good. There's been a good period of time for me. I'm a much like 2026. I'm a much better person than I was in 2020.
Oh mate, the conversations we had after that event were really like chill.
Yeah.
Like and that's I mean I wasn't on the No Majors Club for a long time because of that stuff. I now I feel comfortable enough to be here and to hang out and chill and everything.
I mean, it's very easy for me to like turn around and say, oh, like the door was always open, but like I also get it. You have to be responsible for the environment that you create. And I definitely think like probably a lot of people have like a fondness for this era, but there was definitely like periods of time where the No Majors Club or just any gathering of certain people, it would spiral out of hand pretty quickly, and it felt. I imagine for you, a lot of the time it probably felt like a hierarchical thing where there are people that get to make the jokes and people that must take the jokes. And I think environments like that are really destructive to personal relationships. And I see that now.
I think like I don't know if I necessarily see it as like a hierarchy. I get where you're coming from. I don't think I would have been the type of person that would have. I feel like maybe I'm wrong. Like I'm thinking back now because I mean some of those No Majors clubs are like fucking like 8 years ago or something crazy now. Right?
That's what I mean. It is a long time.
But I felt I don't think that I would have made any like outrageous jokes at other people's expenses anyway. I feel like I was always more of a quieter sort of person that came in and didn't talk that much, but mainly was here when it was like the early part of the day and there weren't that many people around, just to hang out and talk about movies or some shit like that.
Yeah.
That being said, I definitely, to be fair, actually, I was kind of cunty towards Dust sometimes, which I do feel bad about. Yeah, I mean, I know he probably had quite a nasty time at times as well.
But he's back
I think
now.
the only thing that like was sad about that time period was like obviously when I had come back to Counter Strike and I was working like the RMRs for the Shanghai Major and I think this is the time period that you're referring to anyway. Um, I obviously hadn't seen anyone in person in years because I had been working from home. I mean,
Yeah,
doing
man.
Valorant shit for 3 years
Yep.
basically. And so it was just a bit sad that like I couldn't hang out with you in person at that event when we used to obviously be super close for several years casting together, and then it's like I didn't see you for a really long time.
Oh, you
And then
mean
I
at
go to
the
this
event itself?
Yeah, it was like
Oh,
man,
right,
like it
okay.
would have been nice to like hang out one day or something, like get lunch or something, and like that was the only thing that really like I kind of felt down about in that situation, I guess.
Yeah, I just wasn't in a good place mentally, dude. Like I could, you know, when you can feel like you're losing grasp, like losing control of your own temper and stuff. I won't go into specifics, but before that event, like went through quite a bit in real life, and I was like, if I'm going there, I don't want to fuck my relationship with PGL by causing any issues. And although I'm like, for the most part, a very chill person, I would say, like quite a quiet person. I mean, I think you've seen me angry a couple times, Dust, so you know it can get pretty bad. So I just thought like I'll keep to myself and I won't even risk anything happening. But I was definitely very closed off at that event for sure. So I do apologize for that, man. It wasn't anything you did.
It's all good.
Yeah, like I said, dude. I think honestly, it's everyone's just come a long way in a short space of time, and I think the a lot of the people that instigated the negative stuff or created a pressure environment where you like via like tone policing or whatever else it might be, that's all gone now, you know, and it's just like everyone just gets to hang out, chill. We're all playing Magic the Gathering in our downtime. We might get one night in where we go for a rager, go to a karaoke bar, and you know, live in the moment a bit more. Yeah, that's why I'm super grateful to PGL, like, because you know I wouldn't have had all of this if if they hadn't picked up the phone after, you know, whenever it was, because obviously I also rebuffed them for Antwerp, so PGL picked up the phone, said, "Look, Stockholm's water under the bridge. Let's do Antwerp together." I said no, no chance. Get shocks, leave me alone. And then they picked up the phone again to bring me back. Like, how often does a TO do that?
True. Yeah.
So yeah. So I'm super grateful because they definitely did not have to do that. And you know, I've had a ton of good times these last few years. It's been really cool. Even Dust's having a good time.
I am, yeah. It's been good.
Yeah.
This year's felt good. Now that I had like because the Shanghai, like coming back for the Shanghai Major and shit like that was kind of just like a wild, like time for me to like think that, you know, a game I hadn't worked in 3 years and that I thought I'd never work in again, and like working a major was a goal I chased after for like fucking over 10 years and never got, and I pretty much gave up on that ever happening at that point whenever I started doing Valorant shit. So like that was like a weird year for me mentally, like getting back into the game and like, you know, finding my place and all that stuff. And then 2025 was like, all right, this is my consistent job now. Let's make the most of it. And now that I have like that full year under my belt going into this year, it made it a lot easier to just like have a good time, know that I'm on the right path, obviously do the things I need to do to maintain my skill set, but then also, you know, enjoy myself a little bit more while I'm up there too. I think there was
Yeah.
like a massive chip on my shoulder when I first came back that I had to prove I knew what I was talking about because I hadn't worked in Counter Strike for so long. And it was like the proof that I like proof like, hey, no, I still belong here. I still know what I'm doing. I still understand the game. I can still, you know, bring insights and talk to a high level about this game. I had to kind of prove to myself and to other people that like, hey, like, no, I can still do this at a good level. Now I've already done that for 2 years, so it's like, all right, like I've already kind of worked that off, I guess you could say.
He also He doesn't do the Irish goodbye anymore.
That is huge for me. Yeah.
Dust used to.
Oh, where it disappears.
He
Without
would,
saying anything.
he would just vanish. He would just be like, "Where's Dust gone?" He would just vanish without saying anything for so long. It would just like the permanent Irish goodbye. And now he goes, "Yo, see you guys. I'm off. Bye." You're like, "Yes." It's great. So, also, I'll say this, Vince. This has to be Exhibit A, and why Inferno needs to be the map that goes out for cash. Holy shit.
Yeah, I'm warming around to that idea now. For the longest time, I didn't want to play Mirage anymore, but now Inferno, I think, is at the top of that list.
You see, I'm
It's
not
just too
thinking
much,
about
isn't
it as a player because I am not a player. I am thinking about it as a viewer. And I think in, like, do you remember in MR15, if you had an overtime on Inferno, it was hype. And now, like in MR12, it's just always overtime. And it's very not hype.
Yeah. No, I agree. And there's so many save rounds, man.
I know.
Like it's difficult. Like from a casting viewpoint, trying to create narrative and have flow, it's a very difficult map to keep on top of.
Yeah, I mean, I think I can't remember if it was Harry or Hugo, but we were talking about it the last event. One of them says like they absolutely hate casting this map. They just hate it. It's like, got to do that again.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. It's rough to watch too because literally everyone does the same thing.
I
It's
know.
just about when are they gonna do it? Like that's really the only difference. Like when are they gonna call that play that everyone does? But is this round they're gonna call that one play that everyone does or play B that everyone does? Like which one is it gonna be? Like there's just no like. Like this is what I always say when I'm like researching a team. I actually learned. It's not quite the same anymore, but it used to be that if you watch a team play Mirage, you would find out exactly what type of team they were. Were they execute oriented? Were they aggressive? Were they more default oriented? Like you could kind of get a feel for like what style of team you were watching just based on how they would play Mirage. But Inferno was the total opposite, where I don't learn a fucking thing about a team from watching them play Inferno. Like, I mean, it's just that literally everyone's kind of doing the same shit. Some teams are obviously more tidy and have better timings and better spacing, and like they're more efficient. But essentially, they all do the same thing.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I can watch Mirage, and it can be really entertaining. It's very rare that I watch an Inferno and I think, oh shit, that was fun. It's normally just a chore, you know? And that's never ideal when you're trying to watch even as like a fan or from like a playing perspective as well, because I play quite a lot of CS. It's not a great map to play either. I mean, it's just boring as shit.
Someone in chat said, right, like this is more tactical than Cash because Cash is all run around, take gunfights, all aim, no brain. And it's like, yes.
You play Cash.
No, what I mean, but also, yeah, okay, I'll let him be right. Yes. Okay. Think about the current crop of players we've got right now. Well, you don't want to see Donk play Cash? Like, you don't want to see Ziwu play Cash? Like, are we being real? I want to see a player like that running around just making insane headshots and spray transfers on Cash. I don't want to see them fucking stood at the bottom of Banana waiting for a Molotov to dissipate for fucking 60 seconds every round.
Yeah. It's nice to have variety in the map pool, and not in terms of what it looks like, but also
and
we've got
Nuke and Overpass for the real, like, you want to be a Mega Mind, tactical ass motherfucker.
I think people downplay Cash's strategy way too much.
Yeah. It is also
the thing about Cash is, like, it's similar to Mirage in the sense that you can play it so many different ways. Like, for starters, the whole mid interaction between Ts and CTs can really be pretty dynamic on how things play out. Like, obviously, CT's pre-mollying the boost position, the pre-smokes, both sides can go both ways. Like, it becomes, like, a really fun stalemate. Or, like, one little variable will change who has mid-control, and, like, that dictates their entire rest of the round. But then on top of that, again, like, there's a bunch of different set pieces Ts can do on that map for both sides. But they can also, spread, play default. They can also go for heavy mid-control. Like, they have options. And then CTs, on the flip side, also have a lot of options. Cash is one of the maps that has, like, the best options for CT aggression of any map in the pool. Like, the fact that you can just push squeaky door, you can push A main, you can push B main. Like the spaces aren't so tight. Like you're able to like feel pretty confident taking aggressive moves. And it's then the push and the pull. If you lose mid, okay, I'm gonna push A main or B main. Like it's just it's fun how people react and when they choose to do certain things. I think it's a lot more dynamic than people give it credit for.
I agree, and also I think people that are making those assessments are thinking back to how the game used to be. Well, the nades and mollies and HEs and how they go with the volumetric smokes are now fundamentally different.
Yep.
So you have different ways of blowing open smokes and rushing, and especially over on the B site, I think it's going to be really interesting to see how people maintain checkers control when we get to the sort of pro level with vent and everything. So like, if you're kind of putting it down to how it felt 10 years ago, the game is not going to play the same way now as it did back then, even if Cache is essentially the same map and same layout as it was back then.
And even back then, it was a fucking banger to watch.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, think about all of the great series and all of the great games and all of the great highlights that have all happened on Cache. It's why people have been screaming for the map to come back. It's pure nostalgia. But it's nostalgia for a reason, dude.
But it's fun. It's nostalgia for the old heads like us, but it's also brand new for people who didn't pick up Counter-Strike until the last 5 years or something like that, or even less. So it's like, that's why I always like when people would always hate on the idea like, let's just make brand new maps. Fuck bringing back to old maps. Dude, I get what you mean, but like at the same time, it is essentially a new map for half the audience because they weren't around when that map was in play. And so it's like the perfect world where it's a map works in Counter-Strike because you've seen it for years. But this group hasn't seen it at all. So, yeah, it basically solves both problems.
Yeah, I felt so old when Overpass came back and I was playing Premier. And legit, like, half the times I played it, I had 2 or 3 people in my game saying they'd never played it before. And I'm like, fuck me.
I know, imagine
it's just so over.
Yes, so Jai said it. Cache 7 years. So, or no, Future Jason, sorry, said it. Cache 7 years ago.
Jace is currently banning all the people that want Cobble back.
Do you know how many new people have come to Counter-Strike in the last 7 years? A fuck ton. The release of CS2 was in 2023, just for reference. So, like, that in itself brought in a brand new group of people, being a different version of the game. So, yeah. It's great.
Also, I don't know if you can even confirm this or not, but like, surely you 2 guys are on the major for Singapore, right?
No
like
clue.
with it being PGL, sure.
Don't know, honestly.
No clue.
Really?
Everyone's on holiday. They got TI before Singapore.
I mean, if I'm just being like completely transparent, I think a lot of us kind of got hired for this season in advance. Maybe even you kind of did too, Vince, for a couple of things. Or like, I kind of knew at the end of last year what I was doing this first season of this year, for PGO at least. But I never got any word about like next season, after this major's over.
Okay, that makes sense.
So I have no idea what I'm doing next season.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm not gonna jinx it by saying I assume I'll be there. I mean, I'd like to be there, yeah.
It would be madness to me if you're not, seeing as you are. I don't know if you're comfortable with me saying like you're kind of the face of PGL Counter-Strike, but
I mean, it kind of
you
just feel that way.
Right?
It does feel that way. Like I said, they've given me a lot of room, a lot of leeway, and obviously, I mean, it doubles up when you're doing their other game as well. When you're doing Dota, it was like I had to ask them that as a favor initially. I don't think they realized like how much Dota I play and that I follow the scene. But yeah, I mean, like I'd love to do Singapore. I think it's gonna be fucking lit. Like it's just gonna be, like I think it's just gonna be such a fucking banger event.
I hope for your guys' sake it's actually in Singapore and you're not just doing it from the Bucharest.
No.
For a fact, we would be in Singapore if we do that event.
Yeah,
there you go.
It is in Singapore. Yeah, it's not a remote.
Because that's like, I know this is gonna be like fucking such a lame fucking complaint. I'm already aware of this before I even say it. It's not even really a complaint. Like am still fucking in awe that I got to work a major. But it did take a little bit of the sting away from it that it was remote.
Yeah.
Like, it just didn't feel quite the same. Like, it didn't have that same feel to it. Like, holy shit, I'm in the arena of a fucking major playoff.
That whole event was so surreal just because of the time zone we were in. Like, we would finish a day's work, go back to the hotel, and it would still be
Yeah.
like,
And time zones
it would
were
still be
whack,
like
yeah.
the morning.
Yep.
And
So
so,
it was almost like this cursed monkey paw situation, or it was like, Dust, you finally get your major, the only remote major in Counter Strike history. Oh, fair enough, mate. Like, you've got me there. Like, I did get it, but you know. So
but yeah,
I kinda laugh
we
about
would
that,
we would get back at like, I don't know, like 10, 11 o'clock or whatever, start drinking at the hotel bar. We'd be fucking like howling like jackals, like, you know, day drunk by 2 p.m. and there's all these businessmen staying in the hotel. But you know, for us it was bedtime, you know. It was,
Yeah, I remember a similar thing. Not obviously not the last CAC, but the one before that I was doing, and it was the same thing, right? Because you're on Chinese time, but you're working from Bucharest.
I
you're
flew
waking
from
up at, like,
North
2 a.m.
America to Europe to work on China time. Good times. And I was also there for like 40 days or something like that because I did all the RMRs
Yeah.
and I stayed in between.
bro, that event, man. That's why, like, psychologically, the wheels were coming off by the end of that one.
Bro,
'cause
if
that
you
was-
want to talk about breaking down and weeping, after that, when I did my last death segment for the Shanghai Major, that semifinal that I did with you and Yanko,
yeah.
and I knew that I wasn't doing the grand final the next day, and I was just going to be hanging out with everyone, having a good time. That was like, you know, day 40 of me being in Romania, working multiple RMRs, working the entire major playoffs, dude. I fucking lost it in my hotel room when I got back after that semifinal, bro. I was done.
Yeah, I know,
Like,
man. That was
it
a
was
long
just
event.
so much
It was,
emotion all in one moment.
it was
like-
yeah, it was 40 days away from home. I think. Did you do every RMR?
Yes, I did I did every single
In
broadcast
which
day
case-
except for the grand final.
You were there for 44 days.
And I take that back. I actually worked a show match, so I did work literally every broadcast day.
Yeah, you were there for 44 days.
Yeah, 44 days there, 40 days on broadcast. something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah. And I was like, because I came for the RMR, the first week of RMRs, I came after that. And I was there for 38 days.
I'm trying to think if anybody else was there for the whole thing besides me. I don't think so.
Nah, Blair must have been.
No, you might be right about Blair. I can't remember if he did every single RMR, though.
I'm pretty sure he did.
I'll go look.
I don't think people realize how much.
I
of
know
a
some people
mindfuck
went
that
home,
is.
though.
I know,
Like, some
right?
people went, like, the European-based guys, so a lot of them went home between the RMRs and the major starting. Because it was like a 3 or 4 days, so it was like totally worth it to go home.
Yeah.
But for me, flying back and forth to America and losing basically 2 days of my life just to travel, it really wasn't worth it to go back home.
But yeah, I mean, like, you're right, Vince. Total mindfuck because, as I said, you're in a foreign country anyway, and you're just in, you know, whatever. But you're on Chinese time for 40 days in a row. But you're in Romania.
Yeah.
So
And
the work doesn't line up to what's happening around you. Like
Okay,
I say,
it's me, Blah, and Maui that were there for all
yeah,
of it.
there you go.
Also, the idea of being in a hotel sounds nice, and it is for maybe like 4 days, and then it gets old real fast.
Yeah, living off of like delivery and room service for 40-something days, it's like, all right, give me a home cooked meal. Just fucking anything, bro. You can't give me literally anything. I got home and Tracy's like, oh, you want to do like a celebration dinner for the major? I'm like, no, I want to cook a piece of chicken and like fucking just eat in my own house. Food that I created myself. Like, that's what I want to do.
Terrorists win.
But obviously, I wouldn't have traded that time for anything else. Like,
Oh, it was a good time because I think like the madness was just the right level of insanity. You know, nobody got too crazy. It didn't go off the rails.
I mean, just the feeling of it being my first major solved any problems I would have in my head otherwise. It's like, yep, don't care, first major. Don't care, getting to work a major. Like, it was so easy to just bat everything out.
Well, that was the funny moment. I think it was Moses that said it, but
Which one?
speaking of, well, because the Vesta main in chat says they get drunk every single night for all 40 days. So I was tossing them back.
Didn't do that.
And because I like I say with insomnia, I like to get a few in me to get to sleep, and partway through, like 20 days in or whatever, like I think, like I say, it might have been Jason, it might have been someone else, but they just said like, I turned to them and I said, I haven't had a day off drinking in 20 days, and they just said, horrifying, isn't it? I was like, yeah, this is actually really bad. It's really bad, but you're in a hotel, right? So it's like you toss a few back at the hotel bar, you go upstairs, you get your head down, you go to bed, you get up. It's 3 a.m.
It's like I can only crank my hog so many times. Like,
Yeah,
I gotta find something.
Yeah, exactly, dude. It was crazy, bro. Like just 20 days in a row of just drinking. I was like, you know what? I am not coming to the bar tonight. Like. Yeah, the insomnia was the sleep pattern was so fucked at that event. Yeah, but my sleep pattern's usually garbage at events. Like Jenkins always laughs about it because I have this system where so you either get double fours. So I sleep 4 hours, get up work, then immediately go to sleep for 4 hours, and then wake up super early, and then do the show 4-4. That's the double fours, obviously. Then you've got the flat 8, right? Which is, do you get your 8 hours consistent all the way through, right? Or sometimes if you've been getting lots of 4-4, the double fours, if you have double four, eventually you're going to need a big 12. And the big 12 is literally you finish the show and you sleep all the way through the night and wake up and then go do the show. And like Andrew will just always check in with me, like, where's your sleep pattern at? And I'll be like, bro, I hit the big 12 last night. Let's fucking go.
I've legit never had the big 12 a day in my life.
Oh, the big 12.
I'm jealous.
A big 12 sounds fucking nasty.
The big 12 is the big 12. Oh yeah, but you have to remember you are
12.
physically exhausted when you go for the big 12.
The only big 12 I think I've ever had is sleeping that first night at home from the plane from Europe. Like that's like the only big 12s I've ever had.
Like the big 12 for me happens once an event, and it's that day where everyone's like, "Where's Richard? He's not at the bar," or "I haven't seen him today." It's like I literally leave the fucking studio straight to bed and lights out because I'm like running on a sleep deficit, and then I'll see you at the call time, and that's usually when I hit the big 12.
Nice. I will say I'm sleeping better this year at events than last year because I got like one of those fucking snoring mouthpiece things.
Oh, you won the CPAP?
No, not a CPAP. I mean CPAP
oh,
is definitively
like the
best
gum
way to do it.
shield thing you put in and it keeps you.
So I actually got I literally went to my dentist and had a custom mouthpiece made, like that molds to my teeth
a retainer,
specifically. Kind of, but it pushes your lower jaw forward.
Okay,
to keep your airway open.
the
when you sleep.
Habsburg retainer.
That shit has changed how I sleep big time.
Yeah,
I still snore a little bit, but like I don't like stop breathing like what that happens with people who have like obstructive sleep apnea.
Have you tried bone maxing?
Yeah, I have actually. I work my lower jaw out quite a lot actually.
I think that could be big as well.
It is huge, yeah.
But I mean, like, yeah, I probably should do that. I imagine I'm absolutely caning the back of my throat when I'm asleep. I'll tell you this: I've had lots of like really unexpected side effects with the finasteride, but they're all good.
Nice.
Because it's meant to be the destroyer of erections, right? It's meant to just kill your libido. But occasionally it'll like go the other way. And because you are not making DHT, your body will recognize you've got overall less T. So it makes more T for the shortfall. So that happened to me, according to my blood panel that I had done. And then the other thing that I wasn't prepared for insane vivid dreams, bro. Insane. Like actually touchable, tangible dreams, all of them. Madness. Like literally I look forward to sleep now. I go to bed and I make sure I take it. Like, you meant to take it probably in the morning. I take it before I go to bed, man. I want to fucking trip. I want to like I'm having every night. I'm like tripping like I'm on LSD because the shit. You're probably gonna look it up and it's like that's really bad. That's a sign of like psychopathy or something. But I'm having a great time. I am having a fucking wonderful time when I go to sleep, dude.
Just enjoy yourself. Don't let the world tell you what you should and shouldn't do.
Correct.
Fuck it.
Correct. And no, they're not. It's not lucid dreaming, guys. I can't control I don't care. Like some of them are horrifyingly vivid nightmares. Don't get me wrong. Dreams are weird sometimes. Like they can just go sideways on you. Like one time it's like la 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 la. Then you just see something, and then it's just I'm having a nightmare now. It's just bad, right? Many such cases.
I have that too because I take amitriptyline.
Oh, yeah.
That shit gives you fucking wild dreams, bro. Not all the time, but like maybe like once a week, once every couple of weeks, I'll just get slapped with a dream that's just fucking absolutely ludicrous.
I did a course of that to cure my migraines, and it worked.
Yeah. I use it for GERDs, funnily enough. Like apparently it's like one of the off uses for it is you like combine amitriptyline with like like your standard like stomach acid medication, like a proton pump inhibitor, like sorry, I'm using fucking wild words here.
No,
like,
proton pump inhibitor. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Like all the Zols, like
all the Zols,
like
lansoprazole,
omeprazole,
omeprazole.
So you basically combine it with one of those, and like for whatever reason, that combination just like will end any type of severe GERD symptoms that you could have. Like it just knocks it out. That was another life changer for me.
You said good. I thought you said girth. I was like, what the fuck?
That's also doing pretty nice.
Yeah, he's desperately trying to reduce his girth.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe too much info.
Just
talking
like
about cranking his hog earlier as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Just straight up a mini Pringles can, like fucking.
Yeah, a cube, a Pringles cube.
Yeah.
The perfect chode. Right, please just end this fucking map, please.
We got a Maui guy in here.
Oh, a Maui guy? Who's the Maui guy?
Yeah, I have an emote on Maui's channel now.
Oh, yeah, cool. Nice, dude.
I'm now immortalized on 2 Twitch channels.
Yes. No.
Bait, you better win this shit. Fucking get it done.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Oh no.
No.
Oh,
No.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, Izzy, the major rookie. He's fucking out there.
Did it. Thank fuck.
He's done it for me. That's it, bro. I got 2 pick'ems through. I got an 0-3 and a 3-0.
Oh,
Let's
no,
fucking
wait.
go.
This was bad for me. Oh, no. My pick'ems were over. Who am I kidding? They was over.
My pick'ems are so fucking back from the dead after this win right here. Because Gaming Gladiators lost. Well, I said that wrong. That team lost.
Fine. I mean, whoever they are,
I don't even know. I actually don't even know what I said
Gaily
there.
Glammy-maters. I love those guys.
I literally
He's
don't know
fucking
what
delirious
I
with
said.
happiness right now over his pick'ems.
Holy
like,
shit. When that word came...
Slay.
Gaming Gladiators. That L and this one from Bait fucking just saved my pick'ems, bro. They're so fucking back.
Yeah, well, mine.
Let's fucking go.
Mine are not.
That's
back.
right, Girth Maxon, bro.
Mine are not back. They've been over. Oh, what happened in Gaming Alligators versus Heroic, by the way?
They got slapped 2-0.
Of course they did.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, I should have picked them.
Yeah.
I should have picked them. 3. Why not?
Stage 1 is such a clown fiesta, man. So stupid.
It's just best of 1.
I just think pick'em suck. I'm just gonna go out there and say it, and that's not even me.
They do.
being
I'd
bitter.
get rid of them.
I think the format is fucking dog shit.
I hate pick'ems, man. I hate them. I hate what they do to the scene. I hate what they do to discourse. I hate
when
how
they made this pivot to where you have to get a 3-0 correct for it to count. Like if they advance, it doesn't count for you.
Yeah.
Like that change made pick'ems almost fucking impossible to get a diamond coin in.
well with best of 1s, yeah. Like, what do you?
Yeah, I think stage 3 of this major will be an easier picking because it's all BO3s. Like I think that'll be like a nice test kind of thing. But yeah, these first 2 stages with BO1s the first day, and this is the other thing that people don't get. It's not only that they're playing best of ones; you're playing 2 best of ones on the same day against 2 different opponents. There's no way that like you just have to style out to be able to 2-0 from that position because you don't know who you're playing, nor do you know what map you're gonna play. So there's no real prep and scouting that you can truly do. So it's just like, yeah, like who fucking knows what's gonna happen?
By the way, have you seen the graphics dust?
I have not. This is my first time seeing that.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, this is cool.
Yeah,
Yep,
this. Like that nice little Cologne,
Yep.
beer Oktoberfest kind of thing that we're doing.
Uh-huh.
But check this, I'll play the animated intro. Griff just finished this today.
Is there audio on it? Should I unmute the stream?
Yeah. It's got
Okay.
audio. I'll just play it. Here it is. Yeah, that sausage clip's fucking dubious.
Yeah, waving the fucking wiener around.
After
Dude.
you saying that you were
Holy
cranking your hog.
Yeah,
well.
dude, that was because like I was like kind of vibing. I was like, oh yeah, this is great. And all of a sudden, just a hand clenching a fucking glizzy, shaking all over the screen. I'm just like, all right, like
Yeah, I'm like, why does it
changed
have
the
jiggle
tone here.
physics on it?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
dude.
everything else is a still image until the wiener arrives.
People don't realize, man. Like again, Griff is like slumming it with my ass. It's actually crazy how fucking insanely talented he is. He does all this stuff. Like, the funny thing was, he had like about a week's notice, and we'll brainstorm about the theme, right? But then like this is what he turns in. Like he should be working for fucking ESL, or he should be working for a bigger company than ESL, if we're being honest about it. But
The PGL, bro.
I mean, they've got their guys. I would have Griff there, but they've got their guys, and their guys are good too.
They are good. They are good.
So what can we do? Not enough jobs to go around, or ESL don't recognize Griff's inherent genius, but he will be. I have no doubt he will be gone soon. He's gonna. I'm gonna have to either stream more, or Griff's gonna. I actually have to go and get a job, so I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try and stream more. But I say this every year, and then I go away and do 5 PGL events in a row and lose all my subs. So, as is tradition. So yeah, right. Well, that's it, boys. Another glorious
last game?
day. Yeah, it was the last game of the day.
Fuck.
Yeah, I mean, I missed them all because I was I was getting the garden done, so I wasn't really around. But yeah, it's I can have a look at the have they drawn the next matches yet?
I've not paid any
Yes,
attention.
I think so.
Oh, they did.
Right, hit me.
Oh
with
no,
it.
they didn't.
Yes, they did. They did.
Nah.
They did. No, they did.
Oh, they have.
Yep. What do you want to hear? You want to hear them all?
Yeah, read them out, man.
Gamer Legion versus Big.
Ooh,
We got
oof, big
M80
oof.
versus M80 versus Energy. That's tough. Lin Vision made in Brazil. And Liquid Heroic Thunder Down Under Fly Quest. And Tyloo Sharks.
Mate, Liquid Heroic, why? Fuck off. Like, the only way this is like going back to the Pick'ems thing, isn't it? But the only way I can get 5 is if Liquids make it through, and they're against Heroic. I just can't be asked. Although Heroic have been shit this event, so whatever.
Yeah, but
Heroic
I
have
mean,
been
Liquid.
I think they've been the worst performer, like, in this group. Like, in comparison to where they should be. Heroic is underperforming.
Fucking hell, ESL are even. They're even letting the fans pick where they go now. They've posted saying, following a successful event in Atlanta, we're announcing that the IEM Masters will return to the USA in 2027. Our IEM event in the United States of America will be part of the regular tour, And Mark Winter, who obviously runs this stuff, he's like, he's saying, where would you like us to go in the US? City, state, region, and why? It's like, great, we're letting Reddit fucking call call where we go on the tour now. That couldn't possibly backfire. Let's see if there's any good answers. Everyone's being serious. The people saying Chicago are out of their fucking minds.
They've been there before, right?
Yeah. Shout out to... I think it's like a terrible city, but whatever. Shout out to Milwaukee one time. That's hilarious.
My pick'em is kind of in a weird spot, actually, now that I see these matchups. Because I got Bait and Gaming Gladiators. That's 2 of the 5 right there. But I had Liquid and Heroic advancing, and one of them's going to go tomorrow, so that's another miss. And I have to go perfect on the other 3. Yeah, I'm fucked. I'm actually fucked.
Pretty much this.
Like I have to go perfect on whoever wins between Liquid and Heroic, they need to go through for me. And then I need Big and Made in Brazil to both make it through. And they that could happen tomorrow though. Big plays Gamer Legion, and then Made in Brazil plays Linvit. So Made in Brazil should get through tomorrow. So that should work out. But the Big, even if Big loses Gamer Legion, they could still get through.
Klim was fucking huge today, dude.
Who?
Klim,
yeah.
Clem.
Carried them.
Dude, I cannot believe G2 are going to just sell them
Yep,
off.
there you go. There you go. It read my mind. I guess it's the final point before I turn the stream off. It is mental, bro. That they have said we are listening to right. Dear G2, you need an AWPer. Sun Pius is shit. You have one of the most in-demand prospects right now under contract, and you're going to sell him. That org is so dumb. It is beyond a joke. Fumbling 2 generational talents, massively underachieving when you had a lineup many would consider a star lineup, you know. And now this, like, I don't understand it. I these things are not hard. Like, these things are really not difficult, man. Like, we need a replacement AWPer. Hey, we got the super secure AWPer that's popping off. Yes, we would like to sell him. What? Why? Because we get the money. Do you want to win? Like, do you want to win a trophy ever again? Like, it's fucking mental. Oh, anyway, sorry. I hate that shit. But I mean, like, does anyone disagree? Like, you 100% swap out some Pius and put Klim there, yeah?
I mean, that's what I think. I don't know if you do it right now, but it's definitely the move that you should be considering at some point. Because Sun Pius is 27 years old. He is incredibly hit or miss. Like, I know people will just go look at like his LAN event ratings, and it's like, yeah, there's a lot of green there, a lot of green KD, a lot of green rating. But it's like when you look at individual maps in a series, or even sometimes he has like whole series where he's missing. So it's like, yeah, he'll have some good games for sure, but he'll also have some real stinkers. And it's like, I guess in today's opera market, that's not terrible. Like, there's other teams facing much harder situations than they are. Brokey on phase, cough. But when you know that you have like a young guy that's already under contract with you, who shows promise of being like a really good future player, he's only 20 years old. The only tier 1 team he's played for is Made in Brazil, and that's got to be a tough situation moving to a fucking full Brazilian team, and you know all that jazz. And you're just not gonna keep him around. Yeah. Either A, they know something about this guy that we don't, or they're making a massive blunder.
Yeah, but I'm always curious in situations like this because obviously we're not a fly on the wall. We don't know how the team operates, and I'm a big believer in, like, I don't know how else to say this, but like the vibes in a team, the personalities meshing or not. I wonder if that's maybe another reason why Sun Pius is given more of a run in that team, because the team really gets along with him, or he does things that we don't know about.
Yeah, I'll say it's. I think so. I think if Saw,
sense.
I think if Saw isn't the coach, Sun Pius is out yesterday. You know, and I'm sick of it.
Yeah.
I'm sick of hearing from I'm sick of hearing from the peanut gallery that this guy's good. Like, so he'll have like one map every tournament, and everyone's Sun Papi, Sun Papi. It's just pathetic, guys. Like, do you want to win? Do you want to win tournaments or not?
I feel you, bro.
Yeah.
It's a bad call in my opinion. I think the smartest play G2 could do is extend this loan for another season. Like, if you're not going to take Clem right now today to be your opera for next season, if you still have faith in Sun Pius for the rest of this year or whatever the case may be, then I could understand just extending his loan. But it's like, man, I don't get it. You already have this. Like, he's free,
Yeah.
essentially, and you're not going to make use of that.
Yeah,
But on the other hand, they probably could. They're probably going to get a nice buyout from him from some other team. I'm just trying to think like what team would try to pick him up is the question.
I mean, just list all
It's
the top,
hard to say.
List all the top tier teams that need a replacement AWPer, you know?
I mean, really, the only one I can think of is like what happens with Maladoy. Like, does he stay on Furia? Does he leave? That was that whole rumor going around about him. That would be maybe a spot for him to fill if Maladoy does wind up leaving.
It would never happen, but if Mouse dropped Torji and brought in Klim, I'd like that. Torji's fell off a cliff.
If Jane would be a rifling IGL and let Clem op for Paravision,
Yeah, I'm not
Probably not gonna happen,
not vibing
but-
with that. I don't vibe with
they
that.
need more firepower, bro. Their firepower is awful. They need something.
You always say this, but it's not
It
fire.
is. You're crazy.
No, it's not. Right. It's not firepower. It's production. Right. Because I know what you're saying. It's that they don't frag hard enough in key moments, but they don't frag hard enough in key moments, the Paravision players, because they make bad decisions. And so the production is low. I agree. But the firepower is there.
See, I think this is just a semantics game, and so I'm not going to argue with you because I think that you're just tying mechanics too much to the term of firepower. And to me, firepower
No, it's not
means more than
mechanics. It's
mechanics,
decision.
means
It's
decision-making.
specifically decision making. It's specifically
That's what makes you a firepower is your mechanics and decision making. So I think it's
yeah, but so
my
okay.
world.
To put it in another way, they're all mechanically capable of popping
Yes.
off, and they do.
Correct.
What happens is a Paravision player takes a turn to shit the bed on a map, and then Destan essentially says, "We're going to cut you from the team." Adds a lot of pressure. It's compounded over the course of a series. And everyone feels bad, but that won't happen 2 series in a row. It's like, I mean, it's Nota more often than it isn't, but it happens to Belchenok, it happens to Jello. So what I'm saying is they're all good enough. It's that they make bad decisions because they're inexperienced and under some insane pressure with Daddy Dastan in the room. So
I agree.
I don't think it's a firepower issue. I think it's it sounds like I'm being
Like I said, I think it's just a
hyper-technical.
semantics thing. I think we agree it's just a semantics thing.
Yeah.
That's what.
Well, no, because
Yeah.
you would change the roster. I would change the coach. I would. That's how I feel. I think a different coach would rejuvenate Paravision, and they would have fewer problems. Anyway. Who else could potentially have Klim? I mean,
FaZe.
Mate, FaZe.
FaZe.
Please
FaZe,
get rid of
obviously.
Brokey.
Yeah.
Get rid of Brokey, bring in Clem.
That's
please.
the obvious one. That's the most obvious one.
Yeah, FaZe, G2.
Liquid, maybe?
Uh,
Ultimate's not fantastic.
No.
Honestly,
Liquid
it
would
won't
be
happen
good.
now. Yeah,
Mhm.
Liquid would be good, obviously, but it won't happen now. But like Nip could have gotten him besides Stown being their
Yeah.
upper. Like that could have been an
True.
idea.
Oh,
Now it's
excuse
too
me.
late for that, obviously. But yeah, Liquid should probably be the one. Or look, if you're heroic and you're doing this weird youngster stand-in opping situation, it's like, how much longer do you want to keep doing that?
I mean, we got to talk about that as well, bro, because like all the word on the streets is that they can't use their AWPer because they fucked up some paperwork or something. I have no idea.
They
if it's
couldn't even
true.
use him in his own fucking country, bro. That's how.
Yeah,
bad
but
it
then
is.
would you do that ahead of the major anyway?
I think I tossed my guy a bone that I fucked over. Yeah, let him play in front of his home country.
I mean, we don't know that for sure. I'll say that, but that's what everyone speculates. That's what everyone says. you'll get like a forum thread. Like, I
Well, he has
know.
been playing some online matches for another team, so I don't know what's going on there.
But yeah, I
Like,
mean,
he was standing in for Cybershock or whatever the fuck they are.
Klim on heroic would kind of be fire.
Point is, like, basically every team outside of the top 10 probably would consider it, I would think.
Yeah,
I think Hypex has done enough on Gamer Legion to keep his spot. I think he's been advancing in a good direction, honestly. So, like, that's not
what
gonna
about
change.
like, could he go to Legacy?
What?
I'm not saying he
And they're
would.
still full Brazilian right now.
Yeah,
They'd have to go international.
but I mean, he's playing on MIBI. He must know. He
I mean, I
must.
just wonder if maybe Brazil will just bite the bullet and say, "Fuck it, we're keeping him."
He
And
must
that's
know.
another
He
option
must
they
know a
could have.
little something.
Yeah, I don't know.
He must know a little Portuguese. Like,
For me, it's going to be most likely Phase Liquid or Heroic. That's my guess.
Well,
just forget his name if he goes to Liquid. Sorry, Vince.
It's tough.
Well, I'm pretty sure that MIBR are calling in English anyway, right? Because LNZ's on the
Yes,
team and he's Swedish.
correct.
Yeah, true.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
True.
And honestly, Legacy actually has like something kind of going there. I do think Sadson is definitely their weak link, but that could be fixed by bringing in, like, what if Legacy got NQZ for Sadson or some shit like that? Like, I think that fucking does some wonders for them. I don't know.
I don't
We'll
know.
see.
I don't know if I'd wish it on Clem, and it would take a lot of moving around. But what if you went to BC game?
Nope, that's a waste of everyone's time. That's a waste of everyone's time. That team will never accomplish anything. I'm gonna go ahead and give you that one for free. I'm just
But
telling. I was
Senzu's-
telling people this at fucking Astana. Wait until all of a sudden you see your boy Perfecto on a BC game. They're just gonna eventually turn that into like a washed Eastern European team. I can fucking guarantee it. And slowly but surely, they will just keep bringing in Eastern European players. That's my guess.
Yeah, I wouldn't wish it on him. I was gonna say it could be interesting, but then I realized for some reason I thought Klim was Ukrainian, but he's Russian, isn't he?
He's Russian. So
But I was
kinda
thinking, like,
limits
if
some
they ever drop
options.
Wonderful, imagine he went to Navi, but that's not going to happen anyway.
Wonderful's a stud, bro. You don't let that guy go.
Yeah, he's the most unfairly
Everyone that was
maligned.
calling, everyone who was
Yeah.
calling for him to get cut are actual morons that should never express an opinion about Counter-Strike again.
Wow. Wow, Dust.
There were so many people who were hating on Wonderful and saying he should
Fucking
get removed from the team.
fucking heel
They're all
turn.
just stupid.
Yeah, it is crazy. Like, he is obviously, like, we all have AWPers exist in that mad state where we all have those moments where it's like,
People are not going to
I'm
want to
gonna
hear
miss
it,
easy
but,
shots,
but
you know?
today, literally today, like just today, right? So I'm not talking like over the course of the entire year. I'm just saying today, Wonderful's the number 3 opera in the world.
well, I mean,
So Monacy's ahead of him. Who else is ahead of him? Zaiwu?
Ziwu. That's it.
Okay.
Done. You could argue
I-
Shiro, I guess, but
I kind
wouldn't.
of see Zaiwu as like a hybrid now, though. more
Yeah.
than
He
an
is.
AWPer.
That's why everyone says Monacy's the best pure opera because he's like, a pure
you
opera.
wouldn't
But
have Molodoi ahead of Wonderful?
Nope, not right now. Not today.
Yeah, but
Last year, of course.
you know what comes after today? It's tomorrow. I might kind of want him tomorrow.
I mean, Shiro and Malador are obviously the next two people in line that would compete for that number 3 spot.
Yeah.
But today, I would take Wonderful.
All right.
After what I saw the last 3 tournaments Navi have played, I would take him today.
I'll tell you, that's some content we'll get into. I reckon we might have time to do it tomorrow. Maybe we should make a right now AWP tier list. Right, right now, who are the best AWPs? Because, like you see, you're gonna get it's gonna get weird because nine.
Once you get out to the
on
top
fire,
5, it gets really hard.
right?
9-10's probably number 6. He's probably number 6 after the 5 we've already named.
Yeah,
Sun Pice #1 just to trigger Richard.
yeah, of
There you
course,
go.
yeah. If you put
Sun
him in,
Poppy.
if you put him in S tier, I might just blow my brains up. Anyway, I'm going to bail, boys. As always, I appreciate your company and hanging around for the stream, and to everybody that tuned in and subscribed and donated across both YouTube, Twitch, and we had our first ever live comment on Twitter, because I do stream live to Twitter as well.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, so thank
Are you
you
streaming on
for
YouTube too?
yeah, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter
Nice.
all at once, using the awesome power of
Rumble?
Restream. No, not Rumble. Funnily enough, although when I do my right wing chud turn, maybe it's time.
Yeah.
You know? But anyway, guys, thanks a lot for dropping by. Tomorrow it's going to be a bit of a later start because, as I said, today was gardening. Tomorrow is content day with the boys. I have to record the Akira and Ghost in the Shell episodes of Foreplay. But then after that, it should be relatively smooth sailing for the rest of the major. So yeah. So thanks a lot for dropping by. See you later. I'll hit you with the Papa music one last time and catch you tomorrow.